Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. I am so excited about a brand new series that we're doing. We're gonna explore our country through food. Every week, we'll cook an iconic local dish, we'll dive into some history, and we're even gonna let our cookie jar pick our next destination. I'm calling this series 50 States, 50 Plates. So why should you join us on this journey? Because this is gonna be so much more than cooking. We are gonna explore America one plate at a time. I'm gonna show you how to recreate famous regional dishes at home in your kitchen. We're gonna use simple everyday ingredients. And along the way, I'm gonna share some fun history. We're also gonna ask you guys for pictures from around the country so we can discover what makes each state very special. So come along with us on this delicious way to see our country without ever having to leave your home. And of course, we're gonna start right here in South Carolina with a low country classic, shrimp and grits. So you're gonna have to tell me below, have you ever had shrimp and grits? And I'm guessing a lot of you have not. It's a really easy meal to make, and there's lots of different versions that you can make. We've made a version here on our channel before. Today we're going a little bit of a different route, but it's fun to kind of change it up. Here's the thing. If you don't have grits local to you, because I know that's more of a southern thing, you can get these grits that we're using online. I will link it below. They don't know that I'm linking this. I don't earn anything from that. But that's a way for you to get a really great quality grits shipped right to your home so that you can recreate this without having to travel to South Carolina. We went and picked these up at Sweet Tea Station yesterday. Sweet Tea Station is a local coffee shop slash, of course they have sweet tea as well. But they also carry all kinds of different things, and one of the great things that they carry is this particular brand of grits. So let's get started on our grits. That's the longest part of cooking today. We are using these stone ground grits. You can use the quick grits if you wanted to, but they're gonna have a little bit different texture. So I highly recommend doing these. We need 1 cup of chicken broth, and I'm just making enough for 2 people today because that's something that's kind of important here. This is not a leftover kind of meal. You don't want leftover shrimp, really. So just a heads up, you're gonna just wanna make enough for you and whoever else is eating and not plan to have leftovers. So we've got 1 cup of low sodium chicken broth. We need 1 cup of whole milk, and we need about a tablespoon of butter. That's gonna go in as well. Now I'm also gonna add just a little bit of salt to this. We don't need a lot, but let's bring this up to a boil. While we wait on that to come up to temperature, we're gonna be using this shrimp that we got from our local grocery store. You want the peeled, deveined shrimp. You can always get this frozen, not a problem, just thaw it out. But we got fresh this time just because we're trying to make it fancy. For today, I'm just gonna do a little over 1/3 cup of grits, not quite 1/2 cup, because I'm only making 2 servings. We need to shred some cheese. Shred some cheese.
Shred some cheese.
Shred some cheese. We're gonna do cheesy grits this time. In the past when I've made it, I don't normally do the cheesy grits, but we're adding cheese this time.
A little cheddar to make it better.
So recently when I've been shredding cheese, I've been using the smaller grate insert on my shredder. If you don't have this shredder, highly recommend. I've got one linked in my Amazon store. But this just makes it a smaller amount so that it melts even faster. Not smaller amount, a smaller size.
Little taste test.
You gotta make sure it's good.
Yeah.
A little bit of quality control. Okay, look at that. We are starting to come up to a bubble, which is exactly what we want. That butter's all melted throughout. So let's add in our grits. And that doesn't look like a whole lot, but y'all, it's gonna soak up all of that and it's gonna be so creamy. So now that it's up to a boil, we're gonna turn it down to about medium low. We're gonna let this simmer for about 15 minutes. Now, every now and then we're gonna come in here and we're gonna whisk it. And it's just gonna get thicker and creamier. It's gonna be amazing. We're in South Carolina, but I know a lot of you know Georgia, our next door neighbor, as the peach state. But did you know South Carolina is the #1 peach producer in the South? We're #2 in the country behind California. Who knew? But Georgia is not really the peach state. So while our grits are going, we're gonna start here. We need to heat this pan to about medium high-ish. We're gonna be cooking some bacon in here. That is key to shrimp and grits. You want some crumbled bacon over top. Trust me.
And the bacon grease too.
Yeah, we're gonna use the bacon grease and we're gonna cook the shrimp in the bacon grease. You gotta have bacon with shrimp and grits. I don't care how you make it, make sure you have bacon. We've got our bacon going, we've got our grits going. For topping, we just want a little bit of green onion on top, so I'm just gonna go ahead and chop some of that up now. So when you hear the state, South Carolina, what city do you immediately think of? My guess is you're probably either thinking Charleston, Myrtle Beach, or Greenville. Those are probably the top three. Spartanburg, where we live, is right outside of Greenville. We're just a hop and a skip away from Greenville. Charleston is absolutely beautiful. And Myrtle Beach is not my favorite place. It has become very overcrowded, and I don't enjoy going to Myrtle Beach. There's so many more beaches in the state of South Carolina that I feel like are better than Myrtle Beach. But it's definitely a happening place. There's a lot to do there. So our bacon is done. I'm just gonna remove it to a paper towel. We're gonna be using most of this bacon grease. I may drain a little bit for our shrimp. Now, I'm not gonna start on my shrimp quite yet because I want to time it to where my grits are pretty much finished when I start on my shrimp, because as y'all know, shrimp takes 2.5 seconds to cook. So it's been about 15 minutes. However, it was not simmering that entire time. I had turned it down and it had kind of lost the little bubbling action. So we're just kind of monitoring it, but here we are at our consistency right now, and it's not quite thick enough. So we're gonna let this hang out for a few more minutes. We're almost there, just not quite. So let's chop up our bacon for topping. We have the thick cut bacon.
I'm responsible for that.
So it's not gonna crumble as easily.
I said, I'm gonna get the bacon. I went and got the thick stuff.
Hey, I mean, you know, that's what a man does. So in the South, we eat grits with breakfast a lot, not with shrimp necessarily, just by itself. And most people add salt and pepper, maybe some cheese and bacon. They make it a savory side dish. I do not. I put sugar in my grits, and not a lot of people do that. You'll have to comment below and let me know. Do you like the sweet grits, or do you like more of the savory? Now, I like the savory, obviously, but in the morning, when I have my eggs and my bacon, I want to put a little bit of sugar in my grits. And I'll never forget one time I went to a Waffle House and I grabbed the sugar container that's meant for like your coffee or whatever, and I was pouring it in my grits, and the waitress said, "Honey, that's not salt." I said, "I know." She was like, it's not very common for people to put sugar in their grits, but I love it. So we are finally there at the consistency that we want. You see how it's still very creamy, but it's not super liquidy. That's what we want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the heat off, and I'm gonna pop the lid on this, and we're gonna start on our shrimp. So for this, we've got some leftover bacon grease. However, I did drain some of it. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna supplement and add just a little bit of olive oil too, and this is the garlic infused olive oil that we really love. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of that in, not a lot, but that'll bring even more flavor, which is what we want. So I'm gonna let that heat through for just a second, and then we're gonna throw our shrimp in. Okay, so let's go in with our shrimp. I've got a ½ pound of shrimp because it's just 2 of us eating. And then we're gonna season our shrimp once I get it in here. So let me get it in an even layer here. I'm gonna throw Old Bay seasoning on there. You can do just salt and pepper if you want to, that's fine. This has a good bit of salt in it, but I love the flavors of Old Bay seasoning. And then I'm also gonna throw a little extra pepper in there. Okay, these are gonna cook for like 2 minutes. To our grits, let's add our cheese and stir it around. And we're gonna let that melt as we flip our shrimp. Okay, let me season the other side. Throw a little more Old Bay on here.
That was good, baby doll.
We're about to throw some butter in here with it because these are almost done. About a tablespoon of butter is gonna go in. Just a little bit of chicken broth, like a 1/4 cup, just to make it a little saucy. These are just about done, which means it's about time to eat.
It's gonna be amazing.
That is the most perfect consistency. It's exactly what we want. It didn't look like a lot of grits, but man, it definitely thickens up and makes a lot of grits. Let's add our shrimp on. I'll pour some of this sauce over top of it too. Add our bacon. So shrimp and grits have been around for quite a long time. However, it didn't really get started people weren't calling it shrimp and grits until the 1980s. Before that, especially like in the Charleston area, people called it breakfast shrimp, or they called it shrimp and hominy, which hominy is basically cooked grits. So I'm not saying harmony in a weird way, by the way, hominy. But now they call it shrimp and grits. But it wasn't made popular as like a nationally known thing until the 80s. Some Southern chefs really started making the grits super creamy, adding a lot of cheese, adding even like mushrooms and things like that and making it more of a star platter. And so then it became kind of nationally known as shrimp and grits. And again, a lot of you probably have never even had it. So highly recommend that you try it at home. You don't even have to come to South Carolina. I mean, we recommend coming and visiting South Carolina, but if you can't, make this at home.
I'm excited about this. This is going to be so good.
All right, go ahead.
Look at it. Oh, man.
You got to dig in.
I haven't had shrimp and grits and I can't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while. Usually we don't have it unless we go to the low country.
Man,
honestly.
those grits are so creamy. Mm-hmm. Baby!
Is it good?
Wow!
Why are you screaming?
You did so good. That is amazing. Golly.
Yeah.
Just wait till you eat that.
They're so pretty.
That is incredible. Oh man, the creamy, buttery bacon flavor. And the shrimps are perfectly cooked.
Yay.
So tender.
Yes.
Just,
You don't want to overcook your shrimp. You don't want rubbery shrimp. So you got to be real careful.
you got to try this.
Okay. I mean,
You are going to love this.
he has sold it. You ready?
Yeah. Is that not
Cheesy, bacony.
delicious? Those grits are so smooth and creamy.
And the shrimp are perfectly cooked.
Yeah, and that flavor is just out of this world. Man, that Old Bay seasoning, what?
Yeah. That's my
That
favorite.
is amazing flavors in
Yum.
there, babe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Babe, I'm just so proud of you right now.
Show them your plate.
Yeah, I mean, look, Grandma'll be mad. You gonna eat that
That's right.
last bite? Man,
What did you tell me?
I'm stunned.
But you said out of all the shrimp and grits you've ever eaten.
This is the best by far that I've ever had. I mean, I've had some shrimp and grits that were good, and I would say this is definitely somewhere in the top. I mean, you did this, sweetheart. You did this.
So I really like adding the cheese to it.
Yes,
The bacon flavor throughout is tremendous.
yes.
But it's so simple.
There's
There's
that was
nothing
easy.
fancy about this. Nothing fancy about it.
I'm gonna tell you what, this is gonna be on the top 5.
You already
But to
called
be
it.
honest with you, them grits by themselves could be on the top 5. Those grits are so good.
If you have never tried this particular type of grits, highly recommend trying it. They are a step above. There is a reason why we made a special trip just to go get these grits. Definitely order these grits if you can, because it's going to make a huge difference based off
Yes.
of just like grocery store
Yes.
grits versus these grits.
Heaven forbid you have to use
It makes a difference.
anything else.
Yeah.
But these grits are absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness, babe. I'm so proud of you. I just can't get over how good this is.
Well, thank you.
It is so good, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You do such a good job.
It is. It's good.
All right, you ready?
So we need to figure out which state we're going to next. I've got 49 states in here. Obviously, South Carolina is not in there. But we were trying to figure out how we were gonna figure out the next week. And we said, you know what? We're going with Grandmom's cookie jar. This is Stephen's grandmother's cookie jar. We're going with that. So, we've got 49 states in here. Upside down?
Upside down. We're going to,
Texas. Oh, that's a good one. I'm excited about that.
yeah.
So you gotta leave us a comment below. What do you think we're gonna make from Texas? Last week was episode 1, and we started in my home state, which is South Carolina, and we shared one of our most favorite dishes, or famous dishes. It's called shrimp and grits. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check that out. And speaking of South Carolina, I asked for some of y'all's pictures of my beautiful state, and y'all answered. So be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm gonna be sharing some of your pictures from South Carolina. And then at the end of that episode, we chose this week's state by a random draw, and it was Texas. So today for our episode 2, we are doing Texas chili, which happens to be the official state food, and it was designated that back in 1977. So we make chili all the time in our house. I don't know about y'all, but we always add beans, and I know that is a no-no when it comes to Texas chili. It ain't Texas red if it's got beans in it. They also call it chili con carne. But in my house, it's not chili without beans. So I think we've made chili maybe one time with no beans, but this will be our second try at it.
I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait. This is going to be amazing. I already know.
I know it's going to be amazing. And in our house too, if you have chili, you have to have cornbread. And if you remember from last week, I used Colonial Milling's grits. I know a lot of you ordered from Colonial Milling and you ordered some grits, but they also have cornbread mix. They have corn flour, they have polenta, they have a lot of different things. But we are going to be using their cornbread mix this week, and I wanted to show you that not only can you get their regular cornbread mix, but you can also get their gluten-free cornbread mix, which is really cool. But I have a fun story. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later, but we're going to be making cornbread to go along with our chili. This is a very simple recipe, and there's very minimal prep that goes into it. We're going to chop some onion and some jalapeno. We are going to leave the seeds in our jalapeno because we like spicy. But if you don't, just make sure you take the seeds out. I'm going to be using my handy dandy chopper just because it makes things so much faster.
We got a mountain
of meat.
Mountain of beef right there, Mount St. Beefus.
Well, that's the thing about Texas chili is because there are no beans, they add more meat.
I love it. Show me the meat.
So I've got our Dutch oven preheating to about medium high, and I'm gonna add in some olive oil. I'm gonna be using this garlic infused olive oil. This is from Palmetto Olive Oil. Highly recommend any of their products. We've tried a lot of them and we own a lot of them and love all of them. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil in here because we're gonna be sauteing our onions and our jalapeno in there. We just want it to get really soft. And at the end, we'll add in some garlic too, but we don't want that to burn. It's been about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna add some garlic in. And you could do fresh garlic, but I'm just taking the easy way out. We're gonna let that hang out for about a minute, and then we will add in our beef. I've got about 1.5 pounds of 85-15 beef. You don't want it to be too extremely lean. I'm also gonna salt and pepper it at this point. He's not happy with me right now.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna get all
Fat
of the grease.
is flavor. Fat is flavor.
I'm not gonna get all the grease.
Leave the fat.
I'm just gonna get some.
No.
We're leaving a lot of it, I promise. I promise.
Okay.
I'm not taking all of it.
Okay.
Because there's a good bit. I can't leave all that. That's just a little too much.
Team flavor.
There's gonna be plenty of flavor, I
All
promise.
right.
All right, look, I'm leaving all that behind. Look at all that.
Yay.
There's still plenty.
Okay, good.
Okay. That's a lot of fat left behind.
Yay! It's gonna be good.
So let's add in some chili powder. You can do regular chili powder, but I really love dark chili powder. So I'm gonna go in with at least a couple of tablespoons, maybe a little more. There's 1, 2, and let's go in with just a little bit more. About 2.5. We need maybe a little over half a teaspoon or tablespoon of dried oregano. We're gonna use about 1.5 tablespoons of cumin. And then we're going in with about 1/2 teaspoon of ground coriander, which that is definitely something that we leave out. We don't normally do in our chili, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
So let's let all these flavors kind of toast up with our ground beef for a minute or two. It feels so weird to know I'm not adding in beans.
I know.
So weird.
This is
Oh
nasty.
gosh, that smells
It
good.
already smells amazing.
So I've got this tube of tomato paste. We're just gonna add some in. I'm really kind of eyeballing this and just kind of going with what I feel in my heart on that one. Next, let's add in some diced tomatoes. Now, I love fire roasted diced tomatoes, adds to the smokiness. So add those in with their juices. And then we need about 1 cup or about 1.5 cups, maybe a little more, of beef broth. I've got this bone broth here. I don't think I have quite enough, so I've got extra over here of just like regular beef broth. But let's measure this out. Okay, we're going in with 1.5 cups. Now this is gonna probably make enough for
Me.
probably 4 or 5 servings. So if you needed to make a big pot, definitely add more of everything, but
Baby, that looks so good.
it does. Let's let that come up to temperature.
I'm already proud.
So now that it's come up to a simmer, we are just gonna let it simmer and hang out for about 30 minutes to an hour on about medium low. We're not gonna cover it. We want the liquid to reduce down just a little bit. But while we wait on that to cook, it's time for cornbread, baby. So you hear the saying, don't mess with Texas. And it's kind of like a state pride type thing, but it didn't start out that way. What do you think that slogan came from? Who do you think started that slogan? I'm asking you, but I'm also asking him. I'll tell you this. It started back in 1985.
Okay.
And it was a slogan for a particular campaign.
Like a presidential campaign slogan?
No.
What kind of campaign would you not want to mess with Texas?
Yeah, it doesn't really fit, and I love how it's kind of evolved into what it is now. But back in 1985, it was an anti-littering campaign.
Is that right?
Yeah, and it said, don't mess with Texas. So that's kind of how that started. The Department of Transportation came up with that. They used it, and it stuck. And now most people don't even have a clue that it had to do with littering. They just say, don't mess with Texas. So for cornbread today, y'all know I have a cornbread recipe that we love. But we're going to follow the recipe on the back of Colonial Milling's cornbread mix. It's their cast iron cornbread. So we're going to follow this exactly. While I unwrap, we need a whole stick of butter. So instead of we use Crisco, we're going to use butter this time. While I unwrap this butter, let me tell you about what happened when I shared Colonial Milling this last time. We knew that they were somewhat local because Sweet Tea Station carries their stuff. So I knew they were somewhat local, but I didn't know just how local. And I didn't know that I knew the wife. It's a husband and wife duo. I knew her from many, many, many years ago. We went to church together as little kids. We also went to high school together. She was a year ahead of me. Once she found out that we had shared their product, she reached out to me, and I went to their Instagram page and I started looking, and I said, I know her. And so we started messaging back and forth, and I asked her maiden name, and yeah, lo and behold, we knew each other from way back when. I haven't seen her in 25 years, but her and her husband are so incredibly sweet. I went over to their house, to their farm, and I got to chat with them for a little while and just kind of catch up and go over everything. And it was just the neatest experience. Stephen and I are actually going to go to the farm, and we're going to film at some point. So I can't wait to share that with you. But yeah, it's a small world. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that, number one, we used this and they were right down the road. They're in Pauline, South Carolina. And that I knew the wife of the team. It's just insane. All right, I'm gonna add this whole stick of butter here, and we're gonna go stick this in the oven. We're gonna preheat it, and it's gonna melt the butter. And this is all in the directions on the back of the bag. So let's preheat this to 425. It says to add a couple of eggs to our bowl.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this.
And then we're also gonna add 1 1/3 cup, of buttermilk. So I've got the whole buttermilk here. I don't ever do the low fat. I always do
That's right.
the full fat. I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. But 1 1/3 cup. I'm gonna add that in. And we're just gonna whisk this together.
You don't know somebody till you make their cornbread.
Look, y'all, I just looked at the ingredients on this, which they use heirloom corn. So it is not just your regular old corn. There's something special about their stuff. Mm-hmm. But I was just looking at the ingredients. Nothing in here that you can't pronounce, which I love. But there is an ingredient in here that we don't normally add to our cornbread.
Mm-hmm. Sugar. Oh boy.
So I'm hoping that we still love this. I'm sure we will.
I know we will.
But we don't normally add sugar to our cornbread. So that's interesting that there's sugar in here. But all right, we're going to see.
We're going to do it. We're going to get to know these folks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to add in the entire cornbread mixture package.
That is pretty.
It is pretty. So we're just going to do this now. It may still be lumpy, kind of like when I make it like his grandmother. It's still got some lumps in it, and that's okay. Once that butter melts, we're going to be adding a good bit of that butter into this mixture. So.
Oh, that just looks so pretty.
It does. I think that's good. Let me check on our butter. Our butter is melted. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to kind of swish it up on the sides. You see what I'm doing here? Just to kind of coat the sides a little bit. But we're going to take about 7 tablespoons, so almost all of this, and add it here. I love that there's a little pour spout on here. Okay. Yep, the rest of that is just coated in there. So let's stir this around. Ooh, that is some flavor. Just trying to make sure it's mostly incorporated, and then we're going to pour it over here into our hot skillet. Ain't she pretty?
Yes, she is.
That right there, that looks fit to eat. So this is going in the oven at 425. We're going to do it for like 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes, and then we'll check on it at that point. And if it needs a little bit longer, we can always bake it a little bit longer, but you want it to be golden brown on top. Not really dark, but just that little bit of golden crispiness. Our timer just went off for the cornbread, but we're gonna give it just a couple more minutes. But I wanted to say, both of us have been to Texas. I've been numerous times. You've been a couple of times.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I went to San Antonio. I was in Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio.
That's where he went to your, what's that called?
Yeah, Air Force Basic Training.
Basic training.
Yeah.
That would be it. And then we went together with Cole to Denton, Texas. Which is right outside of Dallas.
Yeah.
And we have a fun little story. It's not fun. It was not fun. But we have a little story. So that was in April one year, which is high time for seasonal allergies. And Cole has seasonal allergies. He had medications that he has to take. He has an inhaler. He had all these different things. But he wasn't used to the allergies or the things there. And I believe it was called the mesquite oak. His throat almost completely closed up. We had to rush him to the emergency room.
Right.
And they had to give him a steroid shot to help him. It was a very scary experience. He was wheezing. It was very scary. So Denton, Texas, during pollen season, a little dangerous for Cole.
Yeah.
But I also used to go to Texas. I would go to Dallas every summer when I was a Mary Kay sales director. I would go for seminars. So we love Texas. Look at that consistency. Oh, and if you want it to be a more liquid consistency, you could always add a little more stock to it. But I'm really excited about this. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, it looks great.
She pretty.
That looks great.
Wow. This is lovingly known as our cornbread container. I think you're supposed to put cakes and stuff in there. Y'all know I don't bake. I always just do cornbread. But what you want to do is kind of shake the skillet to make sure that it loosens up.
Kind of twist it a little bit too.
There it goes.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that it loosens up so when you turn it over onto whatever surface, it's not going to crumble on you, because that can happen.
Yep.
We switched roles because he is the official cornbread flipper in this house.
Oh,
Oh,
gotta
no.
look. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't panic when that happens.
Yeah.
Because look.
I know. We can fix it.
Look here.
It's fine.
It's like a puzzle.
You're just going to scrape it out.
You just got to scrape it out a little bit. Get you a little spatula and just kind of work on it like that.
Yeah. See? Look. It's going to be like a little toupee. It's going to go right
That's
on
right.
top.
Hey, don't panic when this happens.
It does happen.
Because it happens.
Yep.
And it ain't no big thing.
Yep. It's happened to us numerous times.
That's right. You cooked
Look at
cornbread
that.
long enough, and now you got a little toupee. You just
Cornbread toupee, honey.
just fix him up.
She's beautiful.
It looks
Well, I guess it's a
good.
he because he's wearing a toupee, but you know.
There you go. That looks great.
This is something that I found in my research that I thought was so cool. Texas is the home to the only city in the entire world named Earth. Please tell me if you live in Earth, Texas. It's a small community in Lamb County, I believe, but that is the only city in the entire world named Earth is in Texas.
Interesting.
So one thing I forgot to do was check the salt content before we plated it up. So we may end up adding some more salt, who knows. But let's see what Cowboy Steven has to say.
Yep, I got the cows put up. Oh,
That
been
is
a
not his
long
hat.
day on the range.
Just so y'all know, that's Cole's hat. But, you know.
Howdy, partner. Let's get involved. I am more than ready. I am super excited about this.
I'm so hungry.
Man, you're talking about looking good, smelling good. It's gonna be good. All right, first spoonful here of the Texas chili. Here we go. Oh man, that is delicious. The cumin,
Okay.
the coriander, that is special. No beans and I'm not mad.
Okay.
It's got a little, stew, little juice, little sauce in there,
Right.
When that hits you, that is special. Of course, that cheddar cheese that you put on top
That helps.
comes in.
I love me some cheese
This
on my
is
chili.
delicious. Man, I just love that dark chili
Yeah.
that you put in there.
Yeah.
Super bold.
Yeah, it
You did
is.
such a good job.
Thanks. It looks delicious. All right, you gotta test the cornbread now.
All right, cornbread, here we come. Oh man. Wow.
Is it
Buttery.
good? Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Man, great soft texture.
Okay.
Super.
Don't say it.
Yeah, but that word that you don't like?
Not dry and crumbly.
Man.
Good.
What are you talking about? And it's not too terribly sweet.
Okay, good.
No, it doesn't have a whole lot of sweetness to it.
All right.
But the butter flavor is out of this world good.
Well, I'm excited to try
Super good.
all of this. Okay, here we go. I put some sour cream on mine because that's what I really like.
You had to doctor it up a little bit. You don't miss the beans.
Because there's so much meat.
Right.
It's very beefy.
Yeah.
It's very, everything about it is just like a rich, deep taste.
Right.
I don't know how else to describe that.
Right. And I love that you chose that darker chili. I think that's...
Yeah, I love that dark chili powder.
Yeah,
I've
it's
gotten to
just
where that's
super
all I
good.
use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super good.
Cornbread time.
Yeah, taste that cornbread.
Oh, it's been kind of
Oh, yeah.
soaking in the chili.
Got a little bit of the chili juice. That's good, isn't it?
Glad.
Isn't that good? That buttery flavor.
And it's nowhere near as sweet as like a Jiffy corn muffin mix.
Right, nothing like that. No.
I'm not mad at the very small amount of sugar that's in
Yeah,
that.
it's really good. Very good. It's delicious, isn't it?
That's really good.
Such a good meal for this day, especially since it's 20 degrees colder than it was yesterday.
Yesterday was like 70 degrees. Today's high is like 50.
Right.
It's been, I think they're calling for snow this week too.
Oh.
And I think it's the good kind of snow, meaning AKA it does not stick. That's my kind of snow.
That's not you can't make a snow angel in that snow.
That's okay. So to our Texans, I know there's many different versions of Texas chili. You have to tell us below. Is this similar to how you make it? What ingredient did I not use that you use? I want to know how to make your Texas chili. We're about to go in there and draw the next state. However, we are going to take a look back at y'all's pictures of South Carolina. It is time for choosing next week's state. You think we're going to get another southern state?
I don't know.
I think we're going to get a west, northwest.
All right. I'm guessing northeast coast.
Okay, here we go.
Oh man, you were right.
Was I?
Kinda.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
I feel like, isn't Nebraska kind of in the middle?
Yeah.
Like middle.
I think so.
But-
We're gonna see here in a minute when
Hang
you
on.
color the map in.
Let me look at the map.
Show me the
What
map.
children's show? I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map.
Wasn't it Dora the Explorer? or
It
something?
was.
Oh, okay.
Or was it Go Diego?
Oh, I don't know.
One of the two. No. Okay, so it's like dead middle of the United States. Right there, right above Kansas.
Yeah.
I get all these mixed up in my brain.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with this side because I live over here, I guess, but over here everything kind of gets jumbled up.
We're going to Nebraska.
So what do you think okay, if you're from Nebraska, what do you think we should make? What is the most popular dish from Nebraska? I have not a foggy clue, so
I have no idea either.
we got to do some research, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, but we gotta color in Texas. Okay, Texas, we had a good time.
We do. All right, there we go.
2 down, 48 to go. Nebraska, and I heard y'all loud and clear. We have got to make runzas. And if you're wondering if I'm going to be making the dough for runzas, well, let me take you back to this morning. Everybody's working for the weekend. I'm working on the weekend. It is Saturday morning. However, this was the only time I had to film this particular thing. And we are cheating. I only had so much time to make sure that this was right. And I'm not a baker. And I have tried my hand at working with yeast before and failed miserably. So we ain't playing today. No ma'am, we ain't playing. Ta-da! So when we figured out that we were making runzas, and then I figured out I was gonna have to make dough, I panicked a little bit, especially because of time constraints and just what we have going on in life and when I was gonna be able to film this. I read some comments somewhere on the internet that people had used Rhodes frozen dinner rolls for this, and they were able to manipulate them and make these little Hot Pocket type things, the Runzas. So I put in a grocery order for the Rhodes rolls, and my grocery store was out of them, but they gave me these, and I looked them up. This is the Bridgeford Parker House style rolls dough. I looked it up, and same concept. You just let them thaw and rise, and then you can manipulate them if you need to. So let the dough thaw in a warm place up to 100 degrees, free from drafts, for 1 to 2 hours, or covered in a refrigerator overnight. Warm place. Well, seeing as how it's like 30 degrees outside, the lowest my oven will go is 170. So I just turned it on just to kind of warm it up a tad. I'm not gonna let it get up to 170. See what I'm saying? But then I can just put them in there. I'll turn it off, put them in there, and let them do their thing. Then it says step 3 to let them rise. Let dough rise until double in size for 2 to 3 hours. We're still gambling, okay? We're still gambling, but it's not as big of a gamble as me trying to work with yeast, because that's a hot mess or a cold mess, just depends. So I've got my baking sheet. We need 12 of these, and there's 24 in here, so half the bag. Oh, those are cute. Look at them. Okay, we need 12 of them. Is that enough dough? Oh, well, it is gonna double in size, it did say, right? Oh, turn the oven off, Mandy. Cancel. Just kidding. It was already up to 140 degrees, so I'm gonna have to open it and let it air out for just a second. These guys are gonna hang out in here. It's warm, but it is not hot, so we're good. They're gonna hang out in there for a couple of hours. So it is much later in the day. Our dough has risen and fallen. I took it out of, it was sitting under the oven light, but I took it out and it's kind of fallen down, but that's okay. We're gonna roll this out here in just a few minutes. We need to start on the filling for our runzas so it has time to cool down. So the first thing we need to do is chop up an onion. I've got a whole onion here that I'm just gonna run through my handy dandy dicer. I'm gonna go ahead and take this over here to the stove. I've got a really large skillet heating to about medium-high heat. We also need cabbage. Now, I've seen versions of this that uses sauerkraut, like the canned sauerkraut. And I thought about doing that, but more traditional runza, it just uses cabbage. So we're going a little bit on the more traditional side, minus the dough. Be careful. Oh my word.
Sounds like something magic's gonna happen when I come in here.
Well, oh, see, I don't think you got enough out.
We're gonna use this whole thing?
Well, we're gonna use a good bit.
We're gonna chop it right down the middle.
Okay. There we go.
You want me to keep chopping?
Yeah, look, you're already over there. Why don't you just handle that?
Well, I'll just
So just chop up, let's chop up half the head and kind of see where we're at.
Does it matter how we chop it?
No.
No.
I knew you were gonna do it. Y'all, he makes fun of the way I say no all the time.
No.
How do I say it?
No. Oh, she hates that too.
It gets on my nerves. Even if I don't say it like that, he says no. All right, that's plenty of cabbage. We may not use the whole thing, but we used half of the head. So let's head over to the stove. All right, so we've got 2 pounds of ground beef going in. This is 85/15, so it's got a good bit of fat to it. Let's throw in our onion and let that cook with it. So when we were doing our research for this recipe, Stephen said, you know what a runza looks like? What'd you tell me it looks like?
Hot Pocket.
It does look like a Hot Pocket. And apparently runza is like the football food. If you go to a Cornhuskers game, everybody has runzas, especially in the winter when it's cold outside. That's what they have. So also, runza. Do y'all know about the runza? The runza is only called runza in Nebraska. Otherwise, it is known as B-rock. I think that's how you say it. Don't berate me if that's wrong. It was a dish that was brought by German immigrants back in the 1800s. And then in 1949, Sally Everett opened the first runza drive-in in Nebraska. And then she kind of coined that term. She called them runzas. So that's why in Nebraska, they're known as runza. Everywhere else, it's B-rock, if I'm saying that right. Now that this is mostly cooked, let's add in some seasonings. I've got some salt, some pepper. And I think there's not one way to make this. I feel like whatever seasonings you want to add is good. Also, I meant to grab garlic powder. I'll do that in just a second. But anytime I'm cooking with ground beef, I like to add some Dove sauce. So I'm gonna shake that up and add some of this in. I just do it till it feels right, you know?
Yeah.
Like my grandmother always said. And then we're also gonna add in some smokiness with some smoked paprika. Let's stir all of that around. Oh look, I seasoned my mixing chop. All right, I think all of our meat is good and seasoned, and it's also completely browned. So let's throw in our cabbage. Let's start with that much and see how we do. So let's let that hang out for a few minutes, let that soften up. Then we'll remove this from the heat and we're gonna start working on that dough. And even though I didn't have to make the dough, I'm still nervous about working with it because y'all know, anytime I've ever worked with dough, it's a comedy show. So hope you're here for the entertainment, pop you some popcorn, it's gonna be fun.
Welcome to Mandy and the Making's comedy dough show. Dough show comedy? Never mind. No, never mind. I was trying to be funny and clever and it didn't work out.
It was funny, I promise.
Okay.
No. This man said it needs coriander, so he's putting coriander in there too. Who knew? You know, just till it feels right.
Yeah. Felt like it needed some coriander.
Well, there you go. Nebraska is also the birthplace of a very world famous drink. It is a colorful drink that kids and adults love. Do you know what that is?
Dun, 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 dun.
So this is done. I've turned off the heat. I'm gonna also remove it from the heat and let that kind of cool down. And we're gonna start working on this dough, y'all. I'm not excited. I'm smiling, but I'm not excited. I'm nervous. So I'm gonna flour the countertop a little bit. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I may have let these sit in there for too long because I put them kind of early and it's much later in the day now. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's a little hard. It's a little dry on top. We're gonna have to try and work with it. But let's see what we can do. These are gonna be very small. It is going, but let me tell you, these are gonna be a lot smaller than I had kind of hoped or thought in my mind. So we have way too much filling. I can already tell you that, which is not a bad thing. I can just put that filling in the fridge. When it's your first time trying something, you just don't know until you know. So we've got two of them kind of spread out. And let's put some filling on here and see what we can do. So I'm just gonna fill this and we're gonna attempt to close it up. I don't really know how much filling I need to put on there. We're gonna go with that. And then I'm gonna fold this up and fold this side up. This part is gonna go on the bottom, like we're gonna flip it over. And hopefully this is gonna work. In theory, it works, but in all actuality, does it? Don't know.
Look at there. Doing pretty good.
Am I?
I mean, that's good enough.
Let's, we're gonna brush this with some butter.
Yeah. That's not looking too bad.
Oh, man.
I could pop that like an aspirin tablet.
All right, let's do it. The next one. See how this one goes. Okay, since we were working with teeny tiny ones, and look at that one. Look at this second one.
Oh.
It had a bad day. All right, Stephen put 2 rolls together, and I think that's gonna be the magic trick, quite honestly.
We'll see.
It gives us more dough space to work with. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, that's the trick. That is so much better. Those other ones were ridiculous. They were just so small, you know?
Yeah. Looking good.
That's what we needed.
Let's do some other ones.
Okay. Well, this is a learning process, y'all. We don't know what we're doing. We did not do this beforehand.
Yeah.
So this is genuinely our first time trying these things. Some of them are prettier than others, but we're not going to give any of them a complex about what they look like, okay?
One of these kids is not like the other.
All right, I melted about 3 tablespoons of butter. And I'm just going to brush it over the tops. I do have my oven preheating to 350, just a heads up. Maybe one of these days I'll be a baker. You think so?
Listen, you need to give yourself a little bit more credit.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't do this that often. You don't mess with dough that much.
I can't stand dough. I'm going to be real honest.
And you know what?
You're covered in flour.
In spite of that,
yeah.
you decided to do this anyway.
Well, I kind of didn't have a choice because...
I mean, you could have gone the easy route and chose something else that came from Nebraska, but you decided to do the real deal Holyfield.
I had to do the most popular thing, and that's or the thing that they're most known for, and that's this. So, okay, I've also got some of this smoked flake sea salt. We're gonna add that to the top because why not? Should we do some garlic powder on top too?
I mean, you can if you want to. Put a sesame seed on there for all I care.
A sesame seed, just one.
Just one.
A little bit of garlic.
Yeah, just
Not a lot. Okay, so we're waiting on the oven to preheat. Once it gets to 350, we're gonna put these in there for 15 to 20 minutes. We're just gonna keep an eye on them and see when they're done.
Yeah.
We don't know. And we've got a lot of filling left over, so those other 12 rolls, I'll have to do that tomorrow because I don't want this filling to go to waste. Going back to our earlier question, if you guessed Kool-Aid, then you're right. Kool-Aid was invented in 1927 in Hastings, Nebraska by Edwin Perkins. And it is the official state soft drink. Who knew that states had an official soft drink? But I guess that state in particular claimed that one since it was developed there, but everybody loves Kool-Aid. They ain't as pretty as they are online, but you know what, y'all? This is my version of Runzas.
Look, they browned up a little bit.
They did.
I like that.
Let's don't look at this one.
That's all right. Hey, look, he's got character.
He does. He's going to get eaten.
That's right.
Sir, you've got a whole plate of Runzas.
That'll warm your fingers up right there.
Yeah.
Oh, keep your fingers warm.
This is an interesting dish.
They smell good. Got that garlicky smell to them.
Buttery.
Buttery, garlicky. That's good. Why are you laughing? Good flavor. That meat filling in there is really good.
Good.
Good job on seasoning that.
Yeah.
Really good. But the bread is got a little crunch to it because it's kind of got the,
Okay.
you know, it's kind of crispy on the
Yeah,
bottom
it got
there.
a little golden brown on the
A
bottom.
nice buttery garlic flavor, that salt in there as well on top. That's good.
Well, I'm very happy. Is it like a Hot Pocket, but like a better version of a Hot Pocket?
Much better,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, I guess, I don't know what you'd eat this with, maybe French fries or something. I don't know
I have no idea. They're going to have to tell
what
us.
people eat this stuff with.
What do y'all eat Runzas
Or if
with?
you dip it in something, or you put sauce on it or something, I don't know.
Now, he was asking me earlier if we're supposed to put cheese in it. I said there are cheese Runzas, but we're going to go with traditional today. But y'all have to tell me, what version do you make? What do you do with it? What do you serve with it? We want to know.
That warmed you up.
Good. All right, let me try some.
That's hot, but it's good.
So he cut one open for picture purposes, all of that. And it's been cooling a little bit, so I'm gonna eat this one instead so I don't burn my mouth.
Yeah.
It still feels pretty hot, but we'll see.
It's a little warm.
The onion, the cabbage.
Yeah.
It's seasoned perfectly.
Yeah, I love the seasonings on it.
It's like a little hamburger, kind of.
Kinda. Yeah, kinda, but
But
some kind
But
of.
you have to tell me, like, do you make it with sauerkraut? Because we love sauerkraut in this house. So that would definitely add a different flavor.
Yeah.
Sauerkraut is cabbage, but
Right.
it's just a different form of cabbage. So
Right.
I can see really liking that.
Yeah.
But this is delicious.
That's great. You put a little bit of vinegar in there when you cook the cabbage and the meat.
Make a mess.
Make a mash. Get a hold of it.
If you are from the great state of Nebraska, we want to see your pictures. Be sure to send them to me. You can just email them to me at mystate@mandyinthemaking.com. Also, we have pictures from Texas. A lot of y'all sent pictures in from Texas. So let's take a look at those from last week. It is that time. So at the end of each episode, we're choosing our next state by random draw. This is Stephen's grandmother's cookie jar. We're just gonna shake these up and draw. I think this week will be Northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Louisiana.
Oh, he's very specific, not even just the South.
Now, we're going to Louisiana. I can feel it coming.
All right, I picked one. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I picked two.
Oh, well.
Okay, all right, there we go.
That was Louisiana, the one you pulled out.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let's see.
I was way, 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 way off. We're going to
Vermont. I was right. Northeast, baby.
Good job.
Ooh, Vermont. Okay, when I think of Vermont, I think of maple syrup.
Okay.
Am I incorrect in that? I
think
mean, obviously I'm not making maple syrup,
Right.
but That's what I think of.
Okay.
But I wonder what their most popular dish is. So if you are watching from Vermont, what is your state known for? Leave us a hint in the comments or tell us in the comments maybe what I should be making next time. We've got to color in Nebraska on the map, so let's do that.
What color does what color does Nebraska get?
I'm saying yellow for corn. Since
Okay.
they're the corn huskers.
I think you're right.
Is this just yellow? What is this? This is golden yellow, which is perfect.
That's
golden
right.
corn. Hello. Let's color it in.
All right.
All right, there's Nebraska. Next week, we are headed all the way over to, where is Vermont? There it is. Whoa,
there we go.
It's really far up there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
All right.
So last week when I found out we were choosing Vermont, I knew immediately maple syrup, but we can't make maple syrup. And I wanted to do a dinner recipe, so I did some research. And not only is Vermont famous for their maple syrup, but they're also famous for their dairy, especially Cabot Creamery, and their white cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese. So one of the common things that I saw through my research was that some type of cheddar soup, and Cabot Creamery has a recipe on their website for a cheddar ale soup. So that's what we're gonna make. But we've got a little bonus for you. You want to stay for dessert because we have a very interesting take on dessert today. And it's a Vermont must, apparently. And if you're from Vermont, leave in the comments below what you think I'm talking about. But let's start on the soup. So we've got a little prep work to do. We've got to cook some bacon. We've got to do some chopping. So I'm going to do that and then we'll be back. That way you don't have to sit through all of that. We can just make the soup together.
Hey, babe, do you think we have enough carrots?
As we're filming this, the South is about to get hit again with another winter storm. And I did an order on Instacart and the small bag that I wanted was out. So they substituted a 5-pound bag of carrots and they are larger than life. I mean, some of these are, look at this one. What is happening?
I challenge you to a duel.
So have you ever been to Vermont? Are you from Vermont? I've never been there. And honestly, I wasn't exactly sure where it was in the Northeast. I had to kind of look, but I think it borders Canada, I'm pretty sure. Like I mentioned, they're known for their maple syrup, but they're also a dairy powerhouse and they have been since the 1800s. And then Cabot Creamery started in Cabot, Vermont in like 1919. So to get started, we've got a large Dutch oven that I'm starting to heat to about medium high. And y'all, we have some bacon grease left over. And
Yes, we do.
If you know anything about the South, we love to cook in some bacon grease. And this recipe that I found says to use 4 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna use butter and bacon grease because that's gonna give us so much more flavor.
Oh, baby, you spoke my language.
So I'm gonna pour a little bit of bacon grease in there. And then I'm gonna put a couple of tablespoons of butter in with that. So we're reducing the butter. If you don't have bacon grease, you don't wanna use bacon grease, just do 4 tablespoons of butter or half a stick. Let's put that in there. We're gonna let that melt down. So our butter, it has melted. Everything's nice and hot. Let's add in our onions, our celery, and our carrot. We're gonna let these cook for about 5 minutes. Towards the end, I'm gonna add in our garlic. We've got a good bit of garlic. We got more than it calls for because someone was in charge of the garlic.
Wait a minute, who was that? Who did that? I don't know.
I don't know either. Just some little gremlin came in here and decided that we needed a lot more garlic.
Maggie.
Yeah.
How dare you put more garlic in there?
Right. Let's throw some salt and pepper in here too. That smells so good already. Oh my goodness. No, I'm stoked about this.
I am too. I'm super excited.
I love cheese no matter what, but when they said that I should make a cheese soup for Vermont, something else we need to go ahead and throw in and let it do its thing is this bay leaf, which I find interesting. Usually you just let that simmer with the soup, but this soup does not have to simmer for very long. We don't have to cook it for very long, so in order to get the flavor, we need to throw the bay leaf in now. We'll discard it in a little while. Let's go ahead and add in our whole daggum head of garlic, it looks like.
Maggie.
She's something else, ain't she?
She's a garlic monster.
All right, let's let that hang out for a few more minutes. So now that our veggies are a little soft, we're gonna reduce the heat to like medium-low, and we're gonna sprinkle some flour over top of it. We need about 1/3 cup of flour, it says. So I'm gonna start just lightly going in here and coating that. Let's stir it around and we'll add some more because we need more than that.
Our yard's gonna look like that tomorrow.
Our yard is gonna look like that tomorrow. But worse, they're saying 7 or 8 inches.
Yay, snow angel time, baby.
You can do it.
Snowball fight.
We've done that before. All right.
It's coming.
We need a little more. Okay, that should be good. So let's cook this for another 2 or 3 minutes. Let all that flour kind of cook and not be raw. And then we'll move on. So Vermont is the only state to have a state flavor, and you can probably guess what that is. Any guesses?
Maple.
Maple. So they've got that, but also they are one of only 4 states to have a ban on something in their state. It has to do with roads-ish. But I'm going to come back later and tell you about that. But just take your guesses down below. What do you think Vermont bans when it comes to roads? And they're one of only 4 states to do it. It's been a couple of minutes. Now we're going to whisk in some of our liquid, or all of our liquid. We've got 2 cups of whole milk going in. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back up to about medium high. Now we've got 1 3/4 a cup of chicken broth going in. And then I'm pretty sure you can stop right there. You can maybe add just a little more chicken broth if you're not going to do the ale. But we did purchase some, what is this? You say that Gaelic?
Gaelic ale.
Gaelic ale. Asheville's first beer. So we're going to add this ale in. You need a 12 ounce, and that's what this is. We're going to simmer it. The alcohol's going to cook out. All will be well. But we are adding in a lot of flavor with that beer. Okay, let's bring that up to temperature. And while that is doing its thing, we need to go shred some cheese because you can't have cheddar soup without the cheddar, baby. So very important. We have these 2 blocks of the Cabot extra sharp, seriously sharp cheddar cheese. First of all, Cabot, I don't think any of their cheese has color to it. They don't add those additives to it. It just looks like this. But if you'll notice, one of these is a little bit shorter than the other. And there is a reason for that. We saved a little bit of this cheese for later on. And it kind of goes along with dessert. I'll explain it later. So let's shred all of this cheese. We need 4 cups of shredded cheese, which is basically 2 blocks.
Y'all, I'm not letting her handle this bacon. I don't trust her. Let me show you what she does. She takes a piece.
Excuse you.
And then she might take another piece.
Stop.
You should have seen her run over here. She looked like she played for the Seahawks. It's bowling. She ran over here so fast. You have to play for the Seahawks, I guess, or who else is playing? Seahawks and the Patriots.
The Patriots, yeah.
One of them teams. Look, I got a special player right here for you.
Look, I wanted the Jags to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know, me too.
All right, we're letting it do its thing. The alcohol is evaporating out. That's exactly what we want. I'm gonna set a timer so we don't forget. That's so sad.
Now.
You scared me. Hey, if you guessed that Vermont is one of 4 states to ban billboards, you are correct. I love that they ban billboards. I think they are so distracting. I think they're ugly and they take away from the beauty around it. So I love that they do that. Y'all, it's been right at 5 minutes and it has thickened up a little bit, which is great. That's what we put that flour in there for. So now what we need to do is add in some more flavors. We're gonna add in some Dub sauce.
Oh yeah.
We love Dub sauce in this house.
Gotta have some Worcestershire.
Gonna add in about a tablespoon. Also gonna add in a tablespoon of dry mustard.
Interesting.
And then some more salt and pepper.
Okay. And that is looking and smelling scrumptious.
Okay, let me stir all that around. And we're about to have to add our cheese here in just a second, which means we ain't far from being done.
I know. I'm so excited.
Oh, you know what I meant to do?
What you mean?
We have pretzel buns, and I meant to bake those. We ain't got time now. But this served with pretzel buns, are you kidding me? That would be so good.
Yeah, it would be good.
What would have been? Never mind, we're just kidding. It only takes 10 minutes to bake these things, so we're going for it. These are Bavarian pretzel buns. Got them from Wild Grain. I just think that dipped in this soup, y'all, I don't think there's any other way to eat this. So
we gotta do it.
We're gonna do it.
Let's do it.
So now it is time to add our cheese. We need to reduce the heat because you don't want it to boil once you have the cheese in there.
Okay.
So let me stir this around one last time and I'm gonna go grab my cheese and oh gosh, look how thick that is already.
Man.
Y'all, I wish you could smell this. It smells absolutely amazing. We are gonna take the bee leaf.
The bee leaf.
We're gonna take the bay leaf out in just a second, but let's add our cheese. 4 cups
Golly.
of cheese. All right, I'm gonna add that much to start and I'm gonna stir this around real quick.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of cheese.
A lot. I'm turning this down to low. Okay. Oh, it's already melting real good.
With all this cheese, we're gonna get our fiber in.
Is that fiber?
I said we gotta get our fiber in because of all this cheese.
We'll just leave that right there. I thought you said with all this cheese we're getting our fiber in. I was like,
No, we got to have some fiber because of all this cheese.
correct. Gosh, y'all. Are you kidding me right now? Is this going to be a new favorite soup?
I'm starting to feel it.
In your bones?
I'm feeling it in my bones.
Okay, we're going to let all of that melt and just heat through. It's on low, so it's good to go. I rhymed. And we're waiting on the pretzel buns, so that'll be another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep this on low and all is well.
We're Vermonters today.
We are
The thickness and creaminess.
of this soup. Right.
Wow.
Right.
All the lovely vegetable bits in there. I'm excited.
I am too. I really hope that it's as good as I'm hoping it is.
Man, super rich. Wow.
Those Vermonters know what they're doing, huh?
Man, you talking about some cheese flavor.
Oh gosh, I bet.
Wow. The flavors are bold.
Yeah.
The cheddar flavors. You can tell like the beer enhances that cheese flavor.
Yeah.
Really brings it
Oh yeah.
out.
Yeah. Right.
The bacon though.
Right.
With all of that flavor, that cheese and bacon flavor mixed together, that is special. This is amazing.
I'm so happy.
I mean, we all think about moving to Vermont.
It's too cold in the winter up there, but thanks.
Sweetheart.
I cannot wait to try this.
We have never had a soup like this before.
All right, I need to be able to take a bite. Can
Yeah, well.
you
all
take
right.
the camera. Thank
Okay.
you. I appreciate it. Y'all. Here's the dill pickle. I don't like beer. I don't like the taste of beer, really the smell of beer,
Right,
but it works with this, but it's not a super beer taste.
right. It is a happy marriage.
Oh,
The cheese
My
flavor
goodness.
with the ale. I mean, in the inside, almost makes you think like potato soup. But the consistency is way smoother. Potato soup's a little grainier,
right.
but not this. This is super smooth. This is gonna be on the top.
This is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, for real.
Wow.
Vermonters, great job.
Y'all know what's up.
Yeah,
Y'all know what's up.
this is incredible.
I want to go visit Vermont
Yeah.
just to eat cheese and have maple syrup. Go to Ben & Jerry's. Sounds like a great place. So in Vermont, when it comes to dessert, especially apple pie, they have like a known law. Is it legal and binding? Don't think so. However, it's a known thing that you eat apple pie with a slice of cheddar cheese on top.
Do what?
It sounds so interesting. We're gonna try it today. We've saved some cheese from our soup. We're gonna put it on top of our apple pie, and we're gonna serve it with some vanilla ice cream. And this ice cream that we're having today is not the normal that we get. We normally get Tillamook. Today, in honor of Vermont, we are doing Ben & Jerry's vanilla ice cream because Ben & Jerry's started in I think it was like a renovated gas station back in 1978 in Vermont.
No kidding.
Yep. So it's time for dessert.
Wait, what? What are you doing down here, little girl?
Hey, it's Biggie. What doing?
I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, hello. Come here, Pumpkin.
That's a good one, Max.
Hi, Pumpkin. She's purring.
Hey, little girl.
Hi. What doing?
Aw,
She always has to rub on my glasses.
she loves you.
I love you. Okay, we gotta go. Ooh. So, it's time for dessert. And our dessert today, I did not bake this apple pie. This is Mrs. Smith's apple pie. And so I baked it, but I did not make it. Okay?
We just warmed it up.
We just warmed it up. But we're having that. And we're gonna have Ben & Jerry's vanilla ice cream.
Nice.
Look, I've never noticed that it says Vermont's finest
Look
right
at
on
there.
top.
All right.
Who knew? I'm sure Vermonters.
Yeah.
Are they Vermonters? Vermontians? What are they?
I like Vermonters. I think that just flows right off the tongue.
Vermonters.
Vermonters.
Listen to us.
And of course,
Southerners.
we can add a little southern touch to it.
Vermonters.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Little
my
southern drawl to it.
Anyway, so we're going to have that together. However, the trick, apparently, the law, apparently, is that you have apple pie with sliced sharp cheddar cheese on top.
Shut up. I don't know if I can do this, y'all.
So that's why I
never
saved that
had
cheese
that
from
before.
earlier. And I let it dry out a little bit. That's my
Are you
bad.
serious? This is not going to work.
Yeah, it is. Sure it is.
No.
I mean, there has to be a reason why they do that, right?
I don't know.
Look, it's gonna be okay. We each have a bite ready to go with a piece of cheese on top of it.
Okay.
Tink. I couldn't even really taste the cheese.
Couldn't even really taste the cheese, but all right, here we go.
I'm gonna try another bite with it too.
That's good.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's just a little interesting little twist.
Unexpected.
You know,
It's just like
when the salty cheddar cheese sort of mixes with the sweetness. Mm-hmm. That's special. I like that.
I love that you say it's special.
It is special. It's different. It really is. It's different. I thought that would be like kind of a weird blend there. You know what I mean?
Okay, so if you've never tried that, try that.
Yeah. It's not bad.
It's pretty cool. You definitely needed more than what I had put on there to start with, though. You need more, but it's really good.
It's kind of like what pineapple pizza, you know, which I hate. I won't eat that.
You just mean it's unexpected.
It's unexpected.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I meant.
I love pineapple on pizza, but
We don't,
all right.
We don't do that.
There's that. So that ends Vermont for us today. That means I need to color Vermont in, and then we need to choose next week's location.
Ooh. All right, where we going? Where do you think we're going?
I think we're going to stay in the Northeast.
You think so?
I don't know. That's what I'm going with. What are you going with?
Louisiana. One of these days I'm
You're
going to
be
get
right one day.
it. One day I'm going to get it.
Okay, I found one.
No, it's not. And you were right, madam.
Maine.
Maine.
Y'all, I know about some Maine now.
You do?
I mean, I would assume it has to do with lobster.
It does.
Yeah. So
So,
Maggie just crashed and has the zoomies. We have to figure out how we're going to get lobster here in the South, number one, when we're about to get tons of snow on the ground.
we need to find out
It's
what
gonna be
Maine's
interesting.
got to offer, though. We got to find out. I mean,
Yeah, y'all got to tell me.
I know lobster's
Hopefully it's going
the
to be
big
lobster
thing.
something.
Right.
But hopefully I can get my hands on some lobster.
right. That's
here.
going to be the hard part.
But I'm excited. Oh, that makes me very excited. I want to go to Maine sometime. I would love to go to Maine during like the summertime or maybe early fall. I think that would be so beautiful. But never been there, but we're going there next week. Don't forget, if you've got pictures of Vermont and you want to send them in for them to be featured in next week's episode, be sure to email me at mystate@mandyinthemaking.com.
All right, here we go.
All the way up here to Vermont. It is the Green Mountain State. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
He looked it up because we didn't know what color to make this. Oh, I
We've
went
had
outside
Vermont. Now we just got to go a hop and a skip over to Maine.
Yeah, I am so stoked about Maine. So we will see you next week in Maine. This week we are in Maine, where lobster is king. If you sent in pictures from Vermont, stay tuned to the end. We will show those pictures towards the end. I have to say this is a first. We have never bought lobster tail. Now, obviously we're in South Carolina, so we can't get fresh lobster very easily around here. I know up in Maine, that's probably everywhere you go, there's fresh lobster. But we've got this lobster tail and we need to start cooking it because we are making lobster rolls Maine style. I've done a little bit of research. I'm definitely not a pro at this. However, I've read that you need to cut along the top so that the meat can get all of the heat, I guess, and it will cook more evenly. Now we've already got some water over there boiling and Steven has already heavily salted it. And I weighed one of these bad boys. They weigh about 5 ounces. So we're gonna boil them for about 5 minutes, I think.
Are you ready, my dear?
I don't know. We're winging it over here, but let's go boil this. And then we also have to create the lobster concoction and let that cool. So I'm gonna drop these in. We're gonna give these about 5 minutes. While we wait on our lobster tails, I wanted to tell you there's 2 different types of lobster rolls. We're making the Maine one, but lobster rolls originated in Connecticut in the 1920s. But apparently Maine made them famous. And Connecticut is more, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm thinking it uses more butter, and I think it may be served hot. Whereas Maine makes it cold and makes it with mayonnaise. So here's the thing. When I think lobster roll, that sounds really fancy to me because I don't know. But lobster rolls were created to kind of take the fanciness away and to make it easier to eat lobster. You don't have to crack the shells. It's already chopped up for you. And up in Maine, you go into a deli, you can order a lobster roll like it's no big deal. It's just like another deli sandwich. Okay, we're gonna drain these and then we're gonna put some cold water over them so they'll stop cooking. We don't want it to be rubbery. So we're gonna put them in a little ice bath real quick just to stop them from cooking anymore. I'm so interested in seeing how this turns out. I mean, yeah. Honestly, if it's not the greatest the first time, it is my first time, so I'm not gonna be too mad at it. But I don't feel like I'm gonna screw this up too bad.
I think we're gonna be all right.
Okay, so I've got some celery here. I'm going to dice this celery. I probably just need like 1/2 of that, quite honestly. We don't need a lot. So we're supposed to really finely dice this. I'm gonna run my knife through it a couple of times. And then we've got some chives here. I'm just gonna finely dice some of these. Draining these, they're nice and cold. Now we get the fun part, which I think I'm gonna elect Steven to do.
Okay.
Be careful. They're slippery little boogers.
Yeah, I see that. Mm-hmm. Don't want to go in there. I wonder if you had to cut the bottom open. You cut the bottom open too?
I don't know. Look at us, not knowing.
I don't know.
We knew how to cook it, but we don't know how to do what we need to do. Now, I did see where some people cut here, like to the side. There you go.
You can tell I ain't never worked with lobster before.
Yeah, this is a new experience for us in this house. We like new experiences.
Once we get it done, it'll be done. We don't have to do it again.
All right, we'll be right back. So other than lobsters, what comes to mind when I think of Maine are lighthouses. Apparently they have 65 lighthouses. There is one particular one called the Portland Headlight that is the most photographed lighthouse pretty much in the world. The donut as we know it with the hole in the middle, that was invented by a sea captain in Maine. His name was Hanson Gregory. It was 1847, and he was sick of his pastry, I guess, getting soggy in the middle. So he decided to cut a hole in it so that it would not be soggy. And that's our donut as we know it today.
Problem solved.
I know, right?
Look, once I got most of it off,
Then you just pull that bottom part off.
just able to just gently, just being super gentle here, just kind of easing my way off of here.
Okay.
So that it kind of stays intact.
Excellent. There's one down. We got 3 more to go.
I bet Maine lobster's about 3 times as big as this.
You know Maine lobsters make, this looks like a baby lobster compared to what they have.
Yeah, for sure.
3 down. He's working on the last one now. This has not been the easiest process, has it?
Well, I can see why they want to put them on bread.
Yeah. Make it a lot easier to eat.
Make it easier.
You know what I love? The only thing that I've really eaten with lobster other than just lobster plain, lobster mac and cheese.
I've had that too.
Oh my word.
When I went up to Boston.
Yeah, that's right. With his job a long time ago, he had to go to Boston and he had lobster mac and cheese up there.
Man, what you talking about?
I bet that
Big
was
old
delicious.
Giant chunks of lobster.
Yeah, and that was in Massachusetts. That's not even in Maine.
I know. They know what they're talking about up there.
There was a local restaurant here that made lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And it was a steakhouse and it was so incredibly good. That restaurant is no longer around, but I loved getting their lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah, it was good.
Our little miniature tails, 2 for each of us. I'm just gonna go through and just chop this real quick. I have to say, I've never eaten lobster cold.
I don't think we've ever fixed lobster in this house.
No, we've never had
This is the
lobster in
first
this
time,
house, yeah. How much protein is in lobster? I would imagine that's a lot.
That'd be some.
I knew I liked Maine. Maine produces 99% of the wild blueberries in the United States.
That's amazing.
I love that. I love blueberry anything, so I definitely need to go.
All right, darling.
So let's make our lobster roll stuff. We're gonna stick it in the fridge afterwards, but let's put all of our lobster in here. Let's add in some mayonnaise. We're gonna add a couple tablespoons, maybe just a little bit more. That seems about right. We can always add more if we need it. Okay. Let's mix that around first. So we're making it now so that all the flavors have time to kind of, Steven's favorite word,
Nailed.
That seems like plenty of mayo. I think we're good. Okay, now let's add in our celery and chives that we chopped earlier.
Yep.
Mix that around. Then we've got some lemon. And I don't want to get any seeds in there.
Yeah.
So let me grab this. It says, I think it said about half the lemon, so we don't need quite half. That's probably enough. Let's mix that around. And then salt and pepper. That's that. So I have to say, Maine has been the easiest so far, other than having to learn how to boil lobster tail and him having to take it apart. You like how I delegate? So I'm going to put a lid on this and we're going to stick it in the fridge for a couple of hours. We're going to have this for lunch today, so see it in a little bit. So I tried to find as authentic of a bun as I could. However, we just had a snowstorm here in South Carolina. I'm going to show you some footage here of what I had to look through at the grocery store. In the South, when it snows, there's no milk, there's no bread. There were literally 2 packs of hot dog buns left and I just had to grab one of those. But traditionally, these are served on a New England split top style bun. We're gonna try to recreate that as well as we can with a hot dog bun today, but you get the idea. It has been a couple of hours, so it's about that time, y'all. But right now, I am buttering the inside of these hot dog buns. And these are the Artisanal, it's by Sara Lee. It's the nicer ones. They're kind of, I don't know if they're the brioche ones or not, but that is not mold. That's like flour on the outside. I just wanted y'all to be very aware of that. But I'm just kind of...
Mandy's making that moldy bread.
I'm just buttering this up. And we've got our little indoor griddle over here heating up. I mean, he could definitely do this on the black top or the black stone outside, but it's cold outside. All right, we're just gonna toast these up. And then I'm gonna brush the outsides with a little bit of butter too. Okay, it's been a minute. Let's flip this over. Look at that. That's beautiful. We just grabbed our lobster mixture out of the fridge. Smells really good and it's had time to do its thing. So let's load it up. Let's see.
Should we put some mayonnaise on the bottom or?
No,
I think that's enough.
There's plenty of mayonnaise
Should
in
have
here.
enough mayonnaise in
Yeah,
there.
oh yeah, we're good. So let's just start loading her up.
Look at those big chunks of lobster in there.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna need 2 hands for this.
It looks so good. It smells delicious.
Oh, goodness, baby. Oh, they're so nice and toasty.
Okay, well, we gotta tink it up. You ready?
Oh, I got the tinkage.
You got the tinkage? Tink.
All right, here we go. Man, that is so good.
That is delicious.
Big hunks of lobster. Man, that dressing that you made that goes in there.
It's almost like a coleslaw.
But it's like super simple.
With that buttery bun.
That is super delicious. Yeah, the celery and the onion that's in there.
Let me tell you, this is delicious.
Yeah.
It's like the ingredients for the mixture. It's like a coleslaw ingredient.
Yeah.
But instead of cabbage, you use lobster meat.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with this, genius.
Yeah. This is perfect. I just love the texture of this lobster.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little bit on the concerned side because I've never had cold, well, not to my knowledge, I've never had cold lobster.
Yeah, me neither.
But this is delicious.
We cooked it perfectly. It's not rubbery. It's the perfect consistency.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you toasted the buns too.
Yeah, that makes a
That
difference.
makes a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
That buttery, crunchy bread.
Yeah. Okay, Maine, we're on board. This makes me want to go to Maine and get a lobster roll there.
Oh yeah,
We need to go to
For sure.
Maine.
we do.
Let's go.
Let's just take a trip.
Not right now though, because it's daggum cold. If it's cold here, I can't imagine what it feels like in Maine right now. It's almost this time, but before we do our drawing for the next state, let's take a look at some pictures that y'all submitted from Vermont from last week's episode. So we need to color in Maine, but before we color in Maine on our map, we need to draw another state. Are you going with Louisiana again?
No, I'm gonna go different this time.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna say Arizona.
Ooh. I'm gonna say Kansas.
Okay.
I'm going with Kansas.
All right.
You have to tell me, is it upside down?
It is, and we're going to Montana.
I can see that through the paper. Montana.
All right.
Y'all, I'm stoked about that. Now, are we thinking like bison or something?
I don't know.
But I mean, obviously we can't get that here. But I wonder what is Montana known for other than its beauty. I always,
Right.
every time I see pictures from Montana, I'm just in awe at how gorgeous it is out there. So I think of horses when I think of Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Montana next week.
That is going to be awesome.
Okay, we'll have to do our research, but let's go color in Maine.
All right, my dear.
All right, so Stephen looked it up and he said the state flag is a blue color, so, or at least that's the background of it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna color
It's actually
in.
the same color as the blue that's on the U.S. flag.
Oh, so we're just gonna go with a navy blue.
Yeah.
You know what?
What's that?
Now I see, there was something that we saw that said they have more coastline than the state of California. Now, I know Canada is up here, but they have
I don't
more.
think that top part there is coastline.
It's not coastline either?
I don't think so.
And
Not all
that's
of it.
just weird to me that it has more coastline than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
That's crazy.
understand that. Maybe my information that I saw was wrong. I don't know. It seems like that's a lot of coastline over there on California. But
But it's very jagged too. So.
yeah. So we're going clear across whoop, to Montana. Montana's huge.
It is.
I don't think I realized how big Montana was. We will see you in Montana next week. Today we are in Montana. When I think of Montana, I think of mountains, I think of wild horses, I think of a lot of cattle, and I also think of bison and elk. Now we don't have access to bison around here, so we're not doing a bison dish, but today we are doing one of the most beloved sandwiches in the state of Montana, which is the pork chop sandwich, but we're doing it John style. Just a quick reminder, I take pictures from y'all that you send to me and I put them in each week's episode. So if you are from Montana and or if you've ever vacationed in Montana and you have pictures that you took, feel free to email me. Just email me at mystate@mandyinthemaking.com. Also, if you emailed pictures from Maine, which is where we were last week, I'm going to be featuring those at the end of this video, so stay tuned. So this one is very easy. And we've done a pork chop sandwich before in the past. It was a subby supper, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
So it's very similar. We need cornmeal, and y'all know my love, my newfound love for colonial milling. Anything cornmeal, you go for colonial milling. So I'm going to use their cornmeal. And the recipe that I found for this makes 4 sandwiches, so it's just me and Stephen here today. I'm just going to be making 2 sandwiches. Just keep that in mind. I'm not going to measure this. We're just going to do what we think feels right, you know. That's probably enough. If we need more, we can always add more. I don't want to waste it. It's good stuff, so we'll add more if we need it. And then over here in this bowl, we're going to add some all-purpose flour, and then we're going to add some seasonings to that as well. Okay, so let's add some onion powder in here. It calls for only half a teaspoon of all of these seasonings, so you just measure with your heart until you feel like it feels right, you know. We're going to also add in a half a teaspoon of dry mustard. Mine's clumped up a little bit, but we'll mix it around. Garlic powder, of course. And then lastly, some paprika. Let me grab a fork and we'll just mix that around. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper in here. We also are going to salt and pepper our pork chops, so we'll have plenty, but we're going to add some in here too. Let's just mix that around, kind of break up that mustard. You know what? It's fun that way, right?
Yeah.
Now, the only other thing I need to do is add some milk to this because this is going to become our batter. So let me grab this milk. I don't even think we've opened this milk yet. Let's see. No, we have not. Okay. Let's see how much milk it says. It says a cup, but that's for double this. So we're going to do about a half a cup of milk. And again, I'm not going to measure. We're just going to pour it in. Let's try that. And you just want to mix it around until it creates that batter. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm trying to get all that dry ingredients incorporated. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more because I want it to be a little more liquidy. That's a little bit better, I think. Okay. Now let's grab our pork chops. Today we're making our pork chop sandwich. It's kind of John style. And I don't know if you know the story behind the pork chop John. So pork chop John, that started in 1924. A Swedish immigrant named John Birkeland came over and started making these sandwiches. And he started selling them out of a wagon to miners, copper miners to be exact. And even when the mining industry went bust, this was still such a beloved sandwich that it still hangs around 100 years later. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and heat up our oil because as soon as that's ready, we're gonna wanna pop them in here. So I've got a cast iron skillet here. We're gonna heat it to about medium high, and we're gonna add in some vegetable oil. We only need a couple of tablespoons. This is gonna be a very shallow frying of these. There's 2. Okay, it's enough to coat the bottom, which is what we want. So let's let that heat up. Now let's go tend to the pork chops. Does anybody else despise cling wrap? It only clings to itself and not to the things you want it to cling to, you know? But we need to cover this up because we are going to pound these out to about 1/4 inch thick. We don't want thick pork chops.
Super thin, super tender.
So here we go. Oh, that one has got a hole in the middle. Look at that.
Oh, it'll be just fine.
It's special.
You got to put some muscle on that.
I am.
Get that tricep action in there.
This is fun.
I see you. I'm going to have to be careful around you.
Okay, I think that's good.
That
All right, I see
All right,
you.
looks good. I like them like that.
Look.
What you got?
It's pretty good.
I think so.
So let's salt and pepper these. Let's flip them and do the same thing. So now we just gotta go cornmeal first, and then batter, and then straight over there. So honestly, let's move over there so that as soon as I pull it out of the batter, I can put it in the skillet.
I just like the way you think. So efficient.
We abandoned this bowl because our pork chops are so large. So I'm going to dump the cornmeal here.
Let me get some more real quick.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Let's start with this, and then I
Okay.
can always add.
Roger that.
All right, so I'm going to get my hands dirty. It's just going to happen.
Get on in there.
But what we need to do is pat this in there.
Push her down in there.
Yep.
All right.
And, oh yeah. Beautiful. Now we take it over here to our batter. I just want to make sure this thing gets nice and battered. Okay, well, you're looking good. Is this oil ready yet, babe?
I think so. Oh, baby.
All right, I'm gonna start working on this one. You monitor that. And do I need to turn it up some?
No, I think we're good.
You think it's good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're good right now.
So let me work on this one, and I'll catch you in a second.
Roger that.
Have you ever heard of the Triple Divide Peak? I hadn't either, so let me tell you what it is. In Montana, it is the only state that has rivers that can flow into, or that empty out into the Pacific, the Atlantic, and the Arctic via the Hudson Bay. So 3 different oceans have water that comes from Montana. I think that's pretty cool. Montana is known as the treasure state because of its rich minerals. It is home to the Montana sapphire, which is the only American gem used in a very famous jewelry collection. Do you know what jewelry collection that is? Steven guessed it. He's smart sometimes.
Rarely.
Okay, we've already finished the first one. We had to kind of manage a couple of different things, so that's why I'm going to show you the second one, the whole process of this one. But let me show you the first one. Look how pretty that turned out.
Yeah, it's really pretty. And these really came in handy.
Yeah,
to-
oh yeah,
to
the little
flip.
bacon tongs.
You don't want to leave it sitting too long on one side. Just make sure that you're flipping it.
Look at that.
And it's only going to be, you know,
A couple of minutes,
a couple
really.
of minutes per side.
Yeah.
If you get them this thin.
Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
I knew it. Yep. All right.
I just been
Ooh, look how pretty it is.
flipping every so often here.
It's about done.
So you
And
want to
that
definitely want
means-
to babysit these.
That means we're going to put it on our hamburger buns. And let me tell you a little bit about how this is supposed to be served. And I've been told in order to be authentic, his John style, we have to serve it with sliced red onion, mustard, and sliced pickles. That's it. No lettuce and tomatoes. So we're going to do it John style today.
That was fast.
I mean, this may be the fastest episode yet
Yeah,
because
look at these babies.
Ain't they
Color on
pretty?
that just looks unreal.
Okay, so we're going traditional style.
Poor thing.
I tried to make a smiley face. It didn't happen. It's okay. I'm going to spread this out. If you guessed the crown jewels of England, you are correct. The only American gemstone in the crown jewels comes from Montana, and it is the sapphire from Montana. Proportions.
I like it sticking out like that. Though.
Well, that's what we got.
I
Now,
like it.
we got to put some pickles on there. Dill pickles. Ain't no sweet pickles allowed. Then our red onion. You know what? I feel like it needs a little extra.
I like extra.
Extra mustard, but especially because it's like hanging out over here, you know?
I got you.
I'm just going, just a little extra.
I just like you. I don't care what anybody says about
Look at that.
you. Golly.
I mean,
Yes, ma'am.
we could cut it in half.
We could.
I might cut that other one in half just to make it easier for me to eat. You get to eat that one.
All right.
All right. But I'm going to cut this one in half, I think.
Cut it in half with a butter knife.
I mean, why not?
Show them how tender it is.
All right. This one's a double decker, okay?
I heard that.
Look at that. Look, I am not mad at that at all.
You said it was going to be easier to eat. I don't know. That is pretty.
It is pretty. What do you think?
You just have to eat around this thing. Golly.
It's, yeah.
Man. That is delicious.
Yeah?
Yeah. Man, that pork is so tender.
Yay.
That breading is so good. You can pick out all of the seasoning there. That garlic, the onion powder, the saltiness of it is perfect.
Oh, good.
And it's got a crunch to it.
Yeah.
But that pork chop, though, is super tender.
I'm so glad.
Loaded with flavor. Definitely the mustard in there with that, that crispy batter. Special.
Good.
Yeah, I love this. I love the simplicity of it. Dill pickle, little pop of that vinegar and that, just that pickle.
He said that's a big bite.
That's a big one right there.
As my daddy would say when I was younger, that's all right. She's got a big mouth. The breading is perfection.
Yeah.
The cornmeal, along with the flour and the seasonings.
Yep. Nice crunch, great flavor in there.
That is perfection. I didn't even really get any top bun in there. Even cutting this thing in half, it's still bigger than the bun.
Right.
Before we choose our next state, let's take a look back at Maine. Some of you sent some pictures in from Maine, and I'm going to share those now. It is that time.
That's right.
We have, how many more? 44?
44, something like that. I'm going with Mississippi.
Mississippi. I'm going with Iowa.
All right.
I have picked it. We ready?
Let's see.
Upside down?
Upside down.
Always.
We're going to North Carolina.
Our neighbor right
Yeah.
to the north. You know, where we live, we're very close to the North Carolina border, so maybe we'll have to take a little trip. Who knows?
We might have to do that.
My guess for North Carolina is going to be barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
And they have their own style. There's a South Carolina style, and then there's more of a North Carolina style. So
We got Texas barbecue, we got Tennessee barbecue, Carolina barbecue.
there's so many options. So
yeah.
North
we're going
Carolina.
with North Carolina barbecue. That's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. All right, let's
too.
go color in the map. I'm thinking about what color. So we looked it up, and it said that the state flag for Montana has a deep blue background. But we already have 2 states that we've colored in blue, and I don't want this whole daggum thing to be blue. So I'm trying to think. Okay, pork chop, and then he served it at the mines, like the copper mines. So I'm thinking like a
copper?
A copper color. What you think?
Let's do it.
Okay, do you think there's one that's called copper on here?
Maybe.
I'm not seeing one. There's a bronze yellow. There's a light brown. There's a mahogany.
We go from the Bronze Age to the Copper Age.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Isn't that historical?
Historical. I don't know if it's historical or not.
It's hysterical, whatever it is.
All right, this one's light brown.
Okay, let's go with light brown.
Would that be okay, you think? That's kind of coppery color.
I think so.
It's just going to have to be what it is. That's what we're going with.
All right.
Golly, it's such a big state, too. We ready?
Let's do it. Oh, it's good, my dear.
It's kind of brown. It's not really coppery, but we're going to go with it. So next week, we're going to leave Montana, and we're going all the way back over to North Carolina.
Let's do it.
So we'll see y'all in North Carolina. We chose this week's state, which is North Carolina. We've already done South Carolina because we live in South Carolina. North Carolina, they are popular for barbecue. They have a couple of different styles. We chose one and we're gonna make that today. Now, it would be great to smoke our barbecue or smoke our pork shoulder all day long, but to make this really easy to recreate for you, we decided to go for a crock pot version. Now, the pork shoulder that I got is 7.5 pounds. So it just barely fit in our crock pot and it needed to cook on low for 12 hours. So we got up this morning at 6 a.m., me and Steven, and he came in here to film me just popping that pork shoulder into the crock pot. You want to do it where the fat cap is up. We just added a good bit of salt, like a tablespoon of salt and some pepper. We also used 1.5 cups of apple cider vinegar and poured that all around. And then we just did a kind of liberal guesstimation of how much liquid smoke we wanted to add. That is going to give it that smoky flavor, even though we're not doing it on the smoker. Now, to go along with our pulled pork that we're going to finish up in just a little bit, it's got 57 minutes left on the timer, so it's been almost 12 hours. We're going to have some coleslaw, so we're going to make, this is just the pre-sliced cabbage, carrots, red cabbage, all of that. We'll make the dressing to go with this. And then I'm going to do some baked beans. We're just going to use Bush's baked beans to make it really simple. But you've got to tell me, for your barbecue, do you like it as a sandwich or do you just eat it with a fork? We are team fork.
Team fork. Yeah.
Are you team fork or team bun? We need to know. Team fork, team bun. I like it as a sandwich sometimes, but I just like a lot of that meat. And I don't want to have to do a couple of sandwiches to get the amount of meat that I want. So we're just gonna eat it with a fork tonight, along with our coleslaw and our baked beans. Let's make the dressing for our coleslaw. So let's just go ahead and pour our coleslaw mix into this bowl. Okay, let's see. First of all, for dressing, you need mayo. We use Duke's in this house. That's a Southern thing for sure. Then we need a little bit of lemon juice. So I've got this half a lemon here, a couple teaspoons maybe. Let's go ahead and add our salt and pepper before I forget, because y'all know me. Then we're gonna put in just a little bit of sugar to kind of just tone down the tartness of something else we're about to add here in just a second. We ain't putting a lot of sugar, don't worry. Like a half a teaspoon maybe. I just like just a tiny little bit. You could do vinegar at this point, but I like to do pickle juice. We're also gonna throw some of this relish in with the coleslaw mix. I just prefer that. Look at me go. Sometimes I can't do that.
Good job.
All right, let's see if I can just pour in a little bit of this. Don't need a lot. It's just gonna add some good flavor to it. And again, you can do vinegar if you want to. While I've got this out, let me add some dill relish. You can do sweet if you want to, but we just don't prefer sweet in this house. Okay, that's pretty much it. Let's shake this up really good. Okay, so this is a very typical coleslaw, but there is one that is very atypical that we love. We think it's the best coleslaw ever, and that is the coleslaw that someone makes.
Your dad.
My dad makes the best coleslaw. Y'all leave me a comment below if you want to see my dad make his coleslaw on my channel. I think we need to have old Mud come over here and do that. And yes, I just said Mud. My dad's nickname is Mud. Okay, it is mixed up. Look at that. Yum. Toss it around, and then we're just gonna stick this in the fridge until we're ready. It is all coated. Look at that. I'm gonna take a little bite, see what we think.
Is that what we're talking about?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Put the lid on this, stick in the fridge. So for North Carolina, barbecue is the clear winner. However, there are two different types. There is more of the Eastern, and then there's the Lexington style. So I was looking at the two types, and I thought that we were kind of doing a blend of both, but I think we're leaning more Lexington style today. Both are vinegar based, which is great. I love the vinegar based barbecue. But Lexington style uses the pork shoulder, which is what we're using today. And it says it adds a little bit of ketchup for sweetness and color. Now we're not using ketchup, but we are using something a little sweet in there, and we are adding something that's gonna have a little color, you'll see. So I would say we're doing more Lexington style. Eastern style is more just vinegar based. They don't add any color, they don't add any tomato or anything like that. They add some red pepper flakes. So let me know, which one do you prefer? Are you team vinegar clear or vinegar red? Being from South Carolina, I prefer the mustard sauce. So whenever we get barbecue around here, I get the mustard sauce. That's my favorite, but I do like the North Carolina, and we're gonna see how this recipe turns out. It is that time. This pork shoulder, 7.5 pounds. It's huge.
That's lots.
Yeah. But let's, oh my goodness. Look at all the liquid it produced today. Wow.
Yes.
We're only going to save about 2 cups of this liquid and we'll get rid of the rest. But we need to pull this out, get the bone out, shred it, do all of that. Which I'm going to turn that over to that guy. Don't splash it in there. Ooh, that would hurt.
But it's already coming apart.
Is it?
Yeah.
Golly,
What
that
I'm
thing is
trying to do,
huge.
this thing is massive.
The thing is, this recipe called for a bone-in, which is what we got. Good job, babe. Look at that massive thing. Gracious.
So if you got the boat oars, get them out. They came in handy.
All right, we're gonna, oh, there's some. We're going to just save 2 cups of this, and then the rest of it we can discard. So I've got this little thing here. I'm gonna grab a ladle and just get out about 2 cups. Look what we got going on over here. Oh my word.
We're just pulling it. We're just pulling.
Oh my goodness, hun, it's just falling apart. You're not even having to put any elbow grease into that. Wow.
There's your bone.
We're gonna make a sauce with this here in just a second, and then we'll put it all back in here and mix it around. A place that I have visited many times throughout my years is in North Carolina, and it is Biltmore Estate. It is in Asheville. It is the largest privately owned house in the United States. It was built by George Vanderbilt. And if you've never been, make it a point to try and get there. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's so cool to go through. You can go through with a guided tour. Like you put headphones on, go through and listen to all about all the different rooms. It is so cool.
Y'all, she's on fat patrol right now. She's like, I'm just trying to get the hunks of fat out.
Well, look at all that fat. We don't want to eat that.
Listen, I like a little fat. Somebody said amen right there.
Okay, I'm gonna put this back in here. We are gonna make our sauce. Look at that, y'all.
Man, that looks good.
Y'all, the smell of it, my mouth is watering.
I'm gonna tell you what, this whole house
Yeah, it's been smelling all day.
has the best. I mean, you can't, listen, they need to package that up and put it in a scented candle.
Our trivia today is North Carolina is known as the Tar Heel State. And I know, like in South Carolina, it's Clemson or Carolina. Up there, it's UNC versus Duke. But North Carolina is widely known as the Tar Heel State. What is that referring to? I'll give you some choices. Does it have to do with shoes, the Revolutionary War, or the pine tree industry? I'll tell you the answer in just a little bit. Okay, so, ow, that's hot. Let's pull our liquid over here. Now, to our liquid, which I guess, is that the fat that's kind of risen to the top?
That's right, you gotta have a little flavor in there now.
Okay, let's add some brown sugar. Add a little bit of sweetness to balance it out. A couple tablespoons.
Oh, I like how you heat it up. Mm-hmm. Man, I like you.
Okay, there we go. Then it says to use some type of pepper sauce, and I saw in the comments that everybody was saying Texas Pete. So we don't normally keep Texas Pete. I went and got some just for this.
All right, let's put him in there.
Let's see how much it tells me to do. I always have the recipe linked below, so just a heads up. So it says like a tablespoon and a half of red pepper. Look, that ain't gonna cut
You don't
it.
have to glug it.
I can't just, yeah. That's probably about right. Now, we need some crushed red pepper flakes.
Ooh.
That's always a good thing.
Kick her up a notch.
And it says 2 teaspoons.
Ooh.
I don't know that I'll do that much. What do you think?
Scared.
There's one. I don't know. I mean, it is going throughout the whole thing, so it'll be okay. And cayenne pepper. I'm very excited. It says 2 teaspoons of this too.
I'm telling you what, that's gonna be spicy.
Okay, I'm not gonna do 2 teaspoons, but I am gonna add some cayenne pepper. So you see, it tinted it a little bit. We didn't do ketchup, which ketchup has sugar in it, so you could just do ketchup, but ours is gonna be a little more spicy.
All right.
It's not completely clear.
But you're gonna pour it back in.
Well, first I'm gonna sniff it.
I double dare you to take a big taste of it.
Ugh, no, we ain't doing it by itself. Yes, we're gonna just pour this back in there and just toss it all in there. And it's time to eat. We've got baked beans on the stovetop. I made that coleslaw.
Baby.
This is good stuff right now. The only thing we're missing is hush puppies.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
We should have thought about that.
I thought about it, and that's all I did.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, going back to our trivia question, if you guessed the pine tree industry, you were correct. Workers all the way back in the 1700s produced tar and turpentine from pine trees. Now, a lot of times they would go around barefoot and they would get tar on their heels. There you have it, the Tar Heel State.
I am so excited right now. I can't stand myself.
Y'all, he was just jumping up and down. I kid you not. Okay, so let's get some.
Can't be doing that when I'm holding the camera. Somebody
No,
be like,
you need to calm-
Stevens, hold that camera still. I'm about to be
calm
sick.
down. Okay, this is just Bush's baked beans. It's the brown sugar and hickory. I like that one.
Yum.
Then the main event
all right,
here.
do me right, do me right.
It looks and smells amazing. There you go.
You just keep reaching back in there.
That's enough for now. You can come back. We got plenty of it. Are you Team Pepsi or Team Coke? We talked about this years ago. My son, when he was much younger, said he was Team Pepsi, and I think he pretty much still kind of is. I'm Team Coke, but Pepsi Cola, the birthplace of it, is in New Bern, North Carolina. It was created in 1893 by a pharmacist named Caleb Bradham, and he originally called it Brad's drink.
Man, that's good. Whoa, that sauce. Spicy. Great flavors. That sauce
Good.
is amazing. Just have this smoky flavor to it.
Good.
Man, yeah, that vinegar just makes it special.
Yeah.
But it's also a little spicy. That is really good. That meat, though, babe, the flavors in that, I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
Really?
It soaked up all of that
Good. It should.
juice.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really good. Smoky.
I'm so glad.
It don't even need sauce.
I know, right?
You don't have to put barbecue sauce on this.
No, because it's got all that flavor built in. You don't need it. I'm so glad you're happy. Okay.
That sauce. Talk to me.
So much flavor. I love that even though it's been cooking in vinegar all day, it doesn't just taste like vinegar.
Right. No, definitely not. But it is special.
That is good.
Yeah. So good.
In a crock pot.
I know. It does not. I'm surprised. I mean, you could put barbecue sauce on it if you wanted to, like some extra.
Sure.
But it does not need it.
It doesn't need it.
No.
So this particular recipe, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Really good.
Super good. This is one of the best pork ones we've ever had out of a crock pot. Ain't no doubt about that.
Oh, for sure. Hands down. Let's take a look back at Montana. Some of you sent in some pictures, so I'm going to share that now.
All right, darling. Where are we going?
Well, first of all, North Carolina did not disappoint.
Oh, man, that was unbelievable. Y'all got to try that.
That was the best pulled pork I've ever made in a crock pot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about that.
100%. So, yeah, that was good. All right. That means it is time to choose next week's state.
Yes.
Oh, I need to shake it up.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
What's it going to be?
What do you think?
I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to guess Michigan.
Michigan. I say Ohio. It's going to be upside down, I'm sure.
No, it's not. And we're going to
Y'all,
Tennessee.
how have we lucked out?
I don't know.
South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee. Y'all, is it going to be another barbecue?
Oh, well, it might be. We'll have to get on here and find out.
Because I know there's like Memphis barbecue, right?
Right.
But then, ooh, there's Nashville hot chicken.
Ooh,
We might go with that. I don't know.
That's some good stuff
We'll
right there.
look, but I'm telling you what, I love me some Nashville hot. And since we did barbecue this week, we may go that route. I don't know. I'm going to do some
I will tell
research.
you what, I love some Tennessee now.
We love Tennessee.
Man.
My uncle lives in Knoxville. We've been to, of course, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, all of that
Right.
area. And then we've been to Nashville as well. You went to Chattanooga on a work trip one time.
Yes, I did. That's a fun little town.
So we love Tennessee, and it's not far from us at all. So we have definitely been there a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what we're
Yeah.
going to make next week. It's another southern state, you know.
It's gonna be great.
I'm kind of partial to that, so.
All right, well let's go color in.
Yeah, we got to go color
North
in
Carolina.
North Carolina. We're going. This side of the country is going to be heavily filled in pretty
know.
quickly, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. So we're gonna go with like a baby blue
Yeah, baby.
for the
blue.
Tar Heel State because that's like their color.
All right, we found the color.
We got sky blue, which is funny because we've got South Carolina as blue too.
It
But
just have to be the closest we can get.
yep.
Not quite the colors.
No, it's not
Of
quite
the
the right
Tar Heels.
No, but it's close enough. We're gonna go with it.
Oh, that's pretty.
It does look pretty. We don't have far to go next week. We're just gonna go
Right there. Good old Rocky Top.
woo!
Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top.
Now, Tennessee is a state that is near and dear to my heart. I've been there so many times. But there's a lot of different dishes that you could choose from when it comes to Tennessee. But we're gonna go with Nashville hot chicken. Really quickly, before we move on, if you send in pictures from North Carolina, and y'all, I think I got hundreds of pictures from North Carolina. So if you don't see yours featured, I am so, so sorry. But those will be featured at the end of this week. The Nashville hot chicken, Nashville hot fried chicken, intimidates the fool out of me. And the reason why is because, a couple reasons. I don't love to fry inside of the house because then it stinks up the house and the house smells like whatever you fried for hours on end. Good for us, it's kind of warm outside today so we can open some windows. But secondly, I don't like to be the one frying things. So it's a good thing that I have my sous chef holding the camera right now because he's gonna be in charge of a lot of today.
Look, this little boy right here ain't afraid.
He ain't scared.
Okay, we're gonna fry up some chicken and it's gonna be good. What you know about it?
I
Tell me
wanted
something.
to know how Nashville hot chicken came about. And according to Gemini, which is an AI type thing, so allegedly, this is how Nashville hot chicken came about. I'm just going to read this to you. It says, legend has it was invented in the 1930s by a woman who was, she unfortunately is not named in this. She was Thornton Prince's girlfriend, okay? Now, she got mad at him because he stayed out late.
Don't point at me, I didn't do it.
He doesn't stay out late. But Prince, he needed to straighten up his act. So she got mad at him for staying out late, and she doused his fried chicken in a ton of extra cayenne pepper. She was trying to get revenge, right?
Right.
But he ended up loving it, and it says he loved it, and Prince's hot chicken shack was born. Y'all, I don't know how accurate that is, but it's kind of funny. It's
Hot chicken shack or snack?
shack.
Shack, oh, okay.
That's what it says. Prince's hot chicken shack was born.
Interesting.
I don't know. So I don't know if that's true or if that's just like legend has it. But it was back in the 1930s that this came about. And now everywhere you go in Nashville, we've been to Nashville, everywhere you go, they're talking about Nashville hot chicken. So what was that restaurant? Hattie B's?
Yeah.
Hattie B's is like the most famous for their Nashville hot chicken. But today, Nashville hot chicken is coming to Spartanburg. Let's do it.
All right, y'all, we've got 4 bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs.
Okay.
Because Mandy said, I want thighs. So we're going to do thighs. I've got them in this plastic bag here, but what you don't see is the pickle juice and sugar brine that we made yesterday and that they've been soaking in. They soaked for about 10 hours, I think, 10 to 12 hours. I got up last night because I couldn't sleep and decided to drain the pickle juice off. And, oh, okay.
They don't want to just stare at chicken.
So anyhow, they've been drained and we just need to, I took them out of the refrigerator because I don't want to put them in the hot oil when they're too cold.
Oil. O-I-L.
So we're gonna let them sit on the counter for a minute. I have not seen any chicken germ police today, okay?
Don't worry.
So
They're lurking
I don't
around.
know. Yeah, I don't see any,
Chicken germ police.
but the chicken germs have been contained into this bag here,
Yeah, they're good for
we're
now.
gonna leave them alone.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about the plastic bag, okay?
No.
But we're gonna let them sit there for a minute, and then when we take them off, we're gonna just kind of pat them dry,
Okay.
and then we're gonna get started on the rest of it.
Look, he was in charge of finding this recipe for us because I was intimidated. And so he found the recipe. He did all of this brining and all of this. So this has been his baby, and I'm so excited for it. But we also have a guest coming over to eat lunch with us today. His mama is coming by to eat lunch with us today. So she's going to have some Nashville hot chicken too. This is going to be good. But we're going to let these sit out like he mentioned. and we'll be back.
Listen, if we fail at this, it's your fault for letting me do it.
I'm good with that. So if you've been around on my channel for a long time, you know I love my Grace and Cotton t-shirts. I've had so many different designs. I absolutely love them because she designs them herself. She hand draws the designs, and I know you don't see much of a design here, but let me turn around and show you. So she has different designs for different seasons. You can choose the color of the shirt that you want, whether it's long sleeve, short sleeve, all the things. And I absolutely love supporting her business. So if you're wanting to check out Grace and Cotton, you can use my code Mandy10 at checkout, and that will save you 10% on your first order. But she's got a lot of different designs to choose from. So go check out her website. I'll have everything linked below. You can go check it out and use code Mandy10 to save a little bit of money, and you'll be supporting a small business. You got...
I got to mic up.
Mic up. He's been busy in here.
Yeah.
He's going to kind of explain everything for you.
Yes, it's going to be super easy. We're halving this, so all the ingredients are cut in half
Okay.
for what we're doing. I'm preparing the dredging station.
Yep.
So we got flour, cornstarch, and Creole seasoning mixed in to our to this part here, and then this is a cup of buttermilk, and this is the high-powered buttermilk.
Right, no low fat.
No,
We don't do that.
got the whole milk buttermilk, and probably about somewhere around a tablespoon of Frank's Red Hot.
We love some Frank's Red
Hot
Hot.
sauce. So I'm just mixing that in there to get it prepped. So we're going to go into the flour, into the buttermilk, back into the flour, and then
On the plate.
on the plate.
All right, so you finish that up. I'm going to go show them what's happening over here.
All right.
We've got, what kind of oil is this? Is this vegetable oil?
That's vegetable oil.
We've got it heating up. We need to get it to about 300 and, what did you say, 50?
50.
All right, let's check on that. We're at 250-ish.
All right, so we're getting close.
Okay, and then he also measured out some seasonings back here. So we'll tell you about that in a little bit. Seasonings, spices, whatever, but let's go over and do the chicken. So the most visited national park in all of the United States is in Tennessee. It's the Great Smoky Mountains. We love the Great Smoky Mountains. Around here, you either go to the beach, and that's usually Myrtle Beach for most people. For us, it's Hilton Head. You go to the beach, Myrtle Beach, or you go to the mountains, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. Like when people say they're going to the mountains, that's what they mean around here. And it's the Great Smoky Mountains.
Getting my hands dirty. We let this chicken rest for a little while now.
We did.
So into the flour mixture. Get it nice and coated here. Shake a little excess off. Into the cornstarch, or the buttermilk, sorry.
I love that you're forgetting words. That's what I do 24/7.
You just like to make fun of me.
I do.
Back in to our flour, cornstarch, Creole seasoning mixture.
Okay, just a heads up. Y'all just heard that beep. We've got the oven heated to 250 because we're going to be working in batches. So we'll pop the completed ones into the oven and keep them warm while we're working on the second batch.
Now we're going to go over here and repeat the process. Now we want to let these, after we get the breading on them, we're going to let them sit for just a little bit. We want that breading to kind of become a glue. You don't want to put them immediately into the oil.
Right.
Because if you do that when this is dry, guess what'll happen?
It's going to fall off.
It's going to come off.
Okay.
We don't
so you
want that
finish
to
that up and we'll be right back. He is preparing for surgery.
Trying to keep the chicken police off of me.
Yes, thank you.
The germ police. We're about ready, y'all.
Yeah.
I believe we are. We want it at 350, but I might go just a smidge over.
Well, it's going to cool it down when you put the stuff in
It's
there.
going to cool down. We're going to do 2 at a time.
Yes.
All right, we at 350.
Okay.
352.
All right, let's go.
Got my handy dandy tongs and my glove hand here. We're going in.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. Yep.
Gracious.
That's full. You might
That
not
is
want to do
pretty
2
full.
at a time. I don't know. This is why I am not in charge of this stuff. This scares me. Ooh. I'm a little scared. You're a little scared too. You said you weren't, but you're a little scared. I see it on your face. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna set a timer
For how long?
for 8 minutes.
Okay.
We just basically want to get them golden brown, somewhere around there, and we want to check the internal temperature.
Right.
See if we're at that 165 mark.
And then once they're done, he'll put them over there on that.
Put them over here.
And we'll put that in here. So, we got it. We got a plan. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Tennessee is called the Lost State because back in the 1780s, they had another state called Franklin. I know there's Franklin, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville, but it was almost the 14th state called Franklin until the government dissolved it back in the 1780s. I think they had Franklin, kind of the state of Franklin, for about 4 years before it was dissolved. So we're checking this to see, because these are pretty thick thighs. We're gonna check it and see if it's ready yet. Now they've been in there for about 10 minutes so far, but since they are so thick, it may take a little bit longer. So just based off of how large your chicken is gonna be how long it has to sit in here. But look how pretty it is, y'all.
There you go.
That one's done?
Yeah.
Yay. All right.
This one should be done too.
This is so exciting. You know what the best part is? I don't have to do it. Our first batch just went into the oven.
Here goes the second batch.
Second batch. I'm stepping back.
It's ready to go. There we go.
Okay, we're gonna let those hang out for a second while we start making up what's gonna be brushed all over or kind of basted all over it. Oh, is that hot?
Watch out.
He's notorious
out,
for touching
Steven.
things that are hot.
All right, now we're gonna get a ladle full of this oil. We're gonna put it in these spices here to make.
Okay, so tell them what we got in here.
We've got brown sugar, paprika, chili powder, cayenne pepper, salt, and garlic powder.
Garlic, yep.
So now we're gonna take some of our oil,
Just like a ladleful
like a ladle full.
of that hot oil.
First, I'm gonna put this down so I don't burn myself.
Please don't.
And maybe just another smaller ladle full here. Boom.
Let's move over here. You ready?
Yep.
So if you are from Tennessee, you probably pull for the Vols, which stands for volunteers, and Tennessee is known as the volunteer state. Which of the wars gave Tennessee the nickname the volunteer state? It was a nickname given because there were so many brave Tennesseans that stepped up to the plate to help during this particular battle in this war. So leave your guesses below and I'll tell you in a little bit.
Whisk it up.
You know what? I never would have thought.
Man, smell
Oh,
that.
it smells good.
Golly, it smells just like that.
Oh, man.
That Nashville hot.
All right.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
I don't know. What are you doing?
We are going to
Oh, my.
baste this chicken in this spicy oil.
Listen to you saying oil.
Oil.
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
You trying to impress somebody?
No.
That is some spicy stuff. It smells so spicy.
Yeah.
I've got windows open. I've got doors open. We're trying to air this place out. The air in here feels pretty thick right now. And you know what? I just washed my hair this morning. I'm probably going to have to wash it again. It's going to smell like chicken.
Yep.
What do you
Tis
think
true.
about that?
Tis true.
Look how pretty that is. I think this is going to be a home run.
I think so too.
It's going to be a touchdown.
I'm confident.
I am too. These are so tasty. The volunteer state got its name from the War of 1812, specifically the Battle of New Orleans. And quite honestly, I've always wondered why the mascot for the Tennessee is the Vols. I never understood that. I thought that was kind of strange. You know, you've got like tigers and panthers and all these different things, and then you got the Vols. I never understood that, so now I do.
I just want to taste it. Oh, wham. Some flavor on that
Okay.
crust. Wow. Man, it's hot, but it's not like overly spicy.
Okay.
That pickle flavor though,
Is it good?
wow.
Okay.
And the meat is super tender.
Y'all hear that crunch?
The flavor of that crust, that is amazing. Man, I just can't get enough of this. The tenderness, all of those spices in there makes it really super rich.
Okay.
But then you add a little bit of that pickle vinegar.
So good.
Man, that is amazing.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna dig in. We've got his mama's spot over here. She doesn't want to be on camera. I don't blame her. Sometimes I don't want to either.
That is amazing, sweetheart.
You gonna film me real quick?
I am. It's actually not as spicy as I thought it was going to be.
And we went a little light on the cayenne pepper.
Right.
Because your mom's here and we just didn't want to, you know.
Right.
But it's not as spicy as I thought it would be. But man, the flavor.
Yeah, the flavor is really there.
I feel
That
like
crust.
It's all over my face.
That's right. You got to get messy when you eat this stuff.
Wow. Look how pretty that is.
And it's so tender too. Having it in that brine and letting it sit overnight. Pickle, I said. That's some good stuff, isn't it? Well, it was just a tiny bit weak. So I went in there and got the bowl of the magic oil here that we made. And I put more on there, and I made sure to get the brush down into the spices and everything and get it coated and put more of that on there. Oh, golly.
We took it up a notch or two.
That's what I remember about Nashville hot chicken.
Okay. So when you mix this up, make sure you dig down at the bottom.
Get all the spices on there.
See all those spices? Grab them. There you go.
Yeah.
Grab that and
brush
that
on there with that oil.
Okay. Noted.
Golly.
The moon pie was invented in Tennessee, in Chattanooga in 1917 in a bakery. It was originally made as a snack for coal miners. We're gonna do a little taste test of a moon pie in a little while. We've had moon pies before, but it's been a very long time since I've gotten a moon pie, so we'll have that for dessert today. We chowed down. His mama loved it, we loved it, it was so good. But now it's time for dessert. And you know, we gotta do moon pies because, I mean, this is Tennessee after all. Now, I've only ever had the original, I'm guessing this is the original, the chocolate moon pie. I have never tried the banana. I'm gonna try both. Well, actually, I'm gonna try the banana first. I know I love this one. But
I'm not a fan of moon pie.
he doesn't like moon pie. What's wrong with him? We're gonna take away your Southern card.
Just not a moon pie person.
I love moon pies. Now, I've never tried banana though. It smells like banana pudding.
Nanner pudding.
That's what it smells like.
I might eat one of them.
Okay, wait. Let's see. And big thanks to his mama. She's the one who brought these over here because we forgot. And I texted her when she was on her way over here and she stopped by the gas station and got us some moon pies. So, all right. That's better than the chocolate one.
Oh, okay.
I've been missing out. And this is the double-decker ones.
Good stuff, huh?
It tastes like nanner pudding. It almost feels like it has the wafer and everything in it. You might want to try this one,
I
bud.
might have to.
So he is, for YouTube, he's going to try a moon pie, the banana one. I've got a hair. You ever just have a hair and you can't figure out where it's at?
I wish you got more than one.
I do. All right, we ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Tink. That one's better than this one.
It's okay.
I like the chocolate one, but I like that one better than the chocolate one. You don't like it?
My whole mouth's dry.
I mean, if you've never had a moon pie, here you go.
It's not bad, but it ain't my fave. I'm gonna set that down.
Well, at least you tried it.
There.
So I've still got moon pie in my mouth, but it's that time of the video where we choose next week's state. Where are we going next week?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna say we're going to Delaware.
That's very random.
Well, I mean,
I love it. I'm gonna stick with, let's do Indiana.
okay.
You think one of these times we'll be right? I mean, on the last one we'll have to be right,
know.
but. Okay.
All right.
Is it upside down?
Yes. Okay, here we go. We're going to the great state of Arizona.
Interesting.
All right.
What are we gonna eat from Arizona?
I'm guessing some kind of southwestern.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have
dish.
a guess on that one. I really don't know.
We'll
Never been
figure
to
it out.
Arizona. It looks beautiful. It's got a lot of really gorgeous geographical regions. It has a lot of gorgeous landscape. That's the word. Gorgeous landscape. So we'll see. We'll see what Arizona is going to bring us next week.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I am too.
Let's go color in the map. This one was a no-brainer. We know what color Tennessee is.
That's right.
It's Vols orange. Now we're going with light orange. I don't know how close it'll be to the Vols color, but We're gonna do our best. I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Tennessee tough.
All right, so that's this week. Next week,
We head over to Arizona.
so in Arizona, I had no clue as to what I was gonna make. I knew it would be some type of Southwest something, but we heard from y'all and then we did our own research as well. There were several different options. We had the Navajo taco, which looks very interesting.
Fry bread, they call it
Fry bread, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was some type of hot dog. I don't even know how to say it. It starts with an S. But there was some type of hot dog. But we settled on chimichangas or chimichangas.
Chimichanga, Willy Wonka. Listen,
What?
I want to try all of them, to be honest with you. I
Right.
wish we had enough time
Yeah, that would be nice.
and energy to do all of them. Look, I did 6 mile run today, and I'm just a
He's
little bit
dragging. But here's the thing with the chimichangas.
Chimichanga.
I want to say chimichanga, but that is probably just the southern in me wanting to say changa. But anyway, they are deep fried, but we are not deep frying them like we did the chicken last week. We're going to do very shallow oil.
Shallow fry.
Yeah. But I've got everything kind of already set up, so we're going to get started on the chimichangas.
Chimichanga.
There is a lot of legend has it when it comes to how and when the chimichangas were invented. Now, one of the most popular ones I saw was, I'll just kind of read this to you. It was back in the 1920s at a cafe in Tucson, El Charro Cafe. The founder, Monica Flynn, accidentally dropped a burrito into the deep fryer.
Man, that's a happy accident. Right
It's
there.
a happy accident. She started to say a Spanish swear word, but she changed it to chimichanga, which roughly means thingamajig. Again, there's all kinds of different things. I'm
So
just reading this
whatchamacallit.
particular one. Yeah. Because her nieces and nephews were in the kitchen, so she didn't want to say an ugly word in front of her nieces and nephews, so she said chimichanga, and that's just kind of what it became. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I saw other things that said it wasn't invented until the 1950s. Y'all have to let me know, what have you heard? If you're from Arizona, what do y'all accept as truth for that one? But I'm excited to try this little happy accident, if that's in fact what it is. So let's get started. So I've got a large skillet here. It's heating to about medium high. We've got 1 pound of lean ground beef going in.
Chimichanga that beef in there.
There we go. So earlier I diced up a small onion. We're gonna add that in. We're gonna let that cook while the meat finishes browning. Then we'll add in some seasonings. We're gonna add in some garlic today just to save some time. Do as much garlic as you want. There we go. And then our seasonings, I measured these out earlier. We've got about a teaspoon of chili powder. I'm using dark chili powder. We've got a ½ teaspoon each of oregano and cumin.
Wow, it does smell good.
Yeah. And we don't have much grease in here at all, so we're just gonna move on. But if yours is really greasy, I would use the paper towel trick, get some of that off of there. But this was 90-10, I think, so we're good. Now, last week when I was trying to remember the name or the word landscape, I kept saying Arizona has gorgeous geographical locations. But the Grand Canyon is in Arizona and it's absolutely beautiful. I didn't know this, but the Grand Canyon could hold all of the population of the earth in like 1% of the Grand Canyon. That's 8 billion people would fill up only 1%. It's a little crazy to think that that many people could fit in there and there would still be that much room left. The Grand Canyon is on my bucket list for sure. I want to see that one day. Next, we're gonna can and add of refried beans. You know what I'm saying. Okay, this is never appealing looking. Everyone always says it looks like dog food. And you know what? You're not wrong. You are not wrong, my friends. But we're gonna make it better, I promise. Okay, so I've got it in there. I'm gonna chop it up a little bit. And then we're gonna add some tomato sauce to kind of help bind everything together. I just really wanted to get this chopped up really well. Now let's add in some tomato sauce. I'm not gonna add in this entire can. This is an 8-ounce can. I'm gonna add about half of it now. We're gonna reserve the other half for something else a little bit later. I'm gonna turn this heat down too. There we go. Now it's gonna really kind of soften up. Just wanna make one big mixture that's gonna be really easy to put into our burrito shells. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper too. Okay, these are done, or this part is done for now. Now, we're gonna let this kind of cool for just a minute. Let's head back over here. We're gonna make a sauce. Another thing I found fascinating, and honestly, I wish we did this here. In Arizona, they don't observe daylight savings time. I think it's just them in Hawaii that don't. So they don't have to deal with losing an hour of sleep in the spring, gaining an hour in the fall, all that mess. They just stick to one time. I wish we would all listen to Arizona and take their lead on this one. So we're about to start on the sauce, but we want to heat up our oil first. So I'm going to turn this Dutch oven to about medium high. And I heard y'all loud and clear. Last week, we used vegetable oil. And I know vegetable oil is not that great for you, but several of you were like, please look into it. My daddy sent me some information on it. It's really not good. And I feel like in moderation, okay, but in the case of the vegetable oil, it was really just not good. So today we're going with avocado oil, and we don't need nearly as much. So that's gonna start heating up. Let's add our other can of tomato sauce. I've got a large can, and then the other half of this can gonna go in here. Also a can of diced green chili. And if you don't want the heat, that's fine. You can leave this out. This is one jalapeno that I diced up, so we're gonna add that in there. We're just gonna let this heat over medium heat while we're cooking, and this will be our sauce to go on top. Okay, so now we've got, these are the large burrito size, shells. Words are hard, I'm telling you. You need about 1/3 cup, that's more like 1/2 cup, of the filling, and you're supposed to fold it over, and then fold this in, fold this in.
Look at you.
Look.
L-I-B.
You had your doubts.
That looks pretty. Just like you.
Uh-huh. And then
Except you're prettier.
She said to secure it with a
bobby pin. Oh, no, that's not a bobby.
With a toothpick.
Okay.
I think she did 2 in each one.
All right.
And that, I guess that's to keep it from falling open in the oil, you know?
Yeah. Look at you.
One down.
Man.
Now this makes 8 of them. We don't need 8 of them, so.
No.
Oh, what happened to that one?
It's just little, I don't know.
I don't know what happened to that one. We're gonna act like that one doesn't exist.
It's filling half the size. It's filling half its size today.
It is.
I've never had a fried toothpick.
Well, you about to. It's a delicacy. Look it up.
You did a good job, sweetheart.
Thanks. Now let me tell y'all what happened. This is only about 1/2 inch of oil, which is honestly what I wanted to do anyway. I didn't want to do 2 inches. Let me tell you, I now know why people use vegetable oil. It's way cheaper. That thing, I used the entire thing of avocado oil, and it's like 15 bucks. So this is an expensive venture, but I see why people use canola oil, vegetable oil, all the things.
Peanut oil's another oil, isn't it?
Peanut oil, yeah. But we're just waiting on this to get to 375. We're just gonna really be shallow frying it today. We'll just pretend there's 2 inches of oil in there, okay? Okay. So this week's trivia question, I seriously doubt many of you know the answer to this one. I for sure did not. Arizona is famous for its 5 C's. These 5 C's grew its economy. Can you guess what they are?
Here we go, into the oil.
Look who I convinced to do it for me.
That's right.
Y'all know I don't like to fry stuff. Okay.
We'll watch them. We don't want you to burn now.
No, we're going to let them go on one side for about 2 minutes, and then we'll flip it and do the other side. And then I've got a couple of paper plates over there lined with paper towels. So we'll take them out and put them on those paper towel lined plates. There we go.
All right, it's already time to flip them.
Look at that. They're so pretty. I love it. All right, just a couple minutes on this side, and then we'll move on to the next ones.
Full transparency, that was only about a minute.
Oh yeah, it only took about a minute, probably because it's so shallow, you know?
Yeah.
But we're doing what we can.
Don't want to burn them.
And I've got my sauce over here. It's just like lightly bubbling, which is good.
We're almost done, folks, with this one.
I mean, it's really, really quick.
Yeah.
I'm
You
excited.
can tell they're crunchy.
Yay. So he's taking those out. We're going to do another 2. Excellent.
Them babies look good.
Mm-hmm. And while he does
I made a
that...
hole in that.
Uh-oh. Be careful. While he does that, I want to show you. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know we love to make this side dish of Mexican rice. So I made it a little bit earlier, right before we started on this. And it's just been sitting back here, just waiting on us. You know that old song, London Bridge is falling down? Okay. Well, the London Bridge is in Arizona now. The actual London Bridge from England is in Arizona. Back in 1968, an American businessman bought it, took it apart, and sent it to Arizona. So it's there now. And the city that it's in, I'm gonna butcher the name, so I'll just type it here on the screen. Lake Havasu City, Arizona, is where the London Bridge is. Interesting.
Fell down and then it got back up in Arizona.
In Arizona.
Yeah, I want you to look at that.
Those are pretty.
That looks delicious.
It really does.
Big bite. Wow. There's so much depth of flavor in this.
Really?
Yeah. And texture of that burrito. So it got a little crispiness to it.
Right.
Now, they will soak up some of this liquid too, so
They'll get a little soggy.
be mindful.
Yeah.
Man,
Chimichangas.
that sauce is so good with this.
Good. Is it spicy?
Just a little bit, not much.
Yeah. I
Not
took most
bad.
of the seeds out of the jalapeno, so
That is really good, sweetheart.
good. I'm so glad.
Super happy with it. Good job.
Thank you. So he didn't get any rice on his plate. I've got some rice. I'm just eating one. I need to grab some avocado too, but
I love how messy these are. I love that.
love it. All right. Well, I'm going to dig in and I'll let y'all know my thoughts.
A little crunch.
With the rice too. The rice this time, this is the first time, so I'll link this recipe below. You toast the rice in a little bit of olive oil to start out with. I used the chipotle flavored olive oil from Palmetto Olive Oil Company.
Okay.
It made a difference.
All right.
I do like the texture of these, and
Yeah.
that sauce is really good. But I'm telling you, you need to get some rice, babe. You're missing out eating it with some rice.
All right, I'll get some.
That rice is good, isn't it?
That is good.
Told you. That chipotle olive oil took it over the top.
Yes, it does. It definitely adds a little more interest.
It does. I've made that rice so many times, but that's the best it's ever tasted. Yeah. Y'all, this is a good one. I'm so glad we chose this one. I'm sure any of the ones that we could have chosen would have been great, but I'm so happy with this. I think we're gonna have to make these again.
Oh yeah, super easy.
Yeah. I need y'all to know what Steven said. He was
Stop it.
He was trying
Stop.
to guess what the 5 C's were.
Don't do
He thought
it.
I meant seas like oceans.
I'm trying
He
to figure
said
out.
Pacific.
I was like, how many seas could possibly be touching Arizona? It can't
No,
be
that's
that
not
many.
that's not what we're talking about. What are the 5 C's
The letter C.
that built the economy of Arizona? So here they are. We've got copper, cattle, cotton, citrus, and climate. I feel like a lot of those would apply to many states, but I like that they just call them the 5 C's, and that's really what built their economy.
Where's it gonna be?
It's gonna be Wisconsin.
All right, I'm gonna say Idaho.
Okay.
All right. And
It's upside down.
huh?
It's upside down.
Okay.
Turn it around and look at it.
Idaho! I'm the winner!
Oh my
I'm
gosh!
the winner!
I cannot believe you got that.
Wow!
I mean, that's good, babe.
Man,
So I'm guessing it's going to be some type of potato something.
I don't know.
I mean, it might not be, but if you're from Idaho, let us know.
I don't know.
That rhymed. But next week,
We're going to Idaho.
it's Idaho. You did a good job. That's great.
I don't know.
All right, so real quickly, I'm going to show you the pictures from Tennessee. So it is time to color in Arizona. There we have it. Arizona is done. Now we're just going to hop and a skip right up to Idaho. We picked Idaho. Well, Steven guessed we would get Idaho, and he picked Idaho out of the jar. It was pretty amazing. I immediately assumed we would be making some type of potato something. And while we are gonna have some French fries or some potato wedges today along with our meal, it may surprise you that we are not making a potato dish today. Apparently, Idaho is known for finger steaks. I keep wanting to say steak fingers, like chicken fingers, but apparently it's Idaho finger steaks. But surprise, surprise, we are having to fry something again for the third week in a row. I'm not thrilled about that, but it was the most popular thing that we could tell. If you send in pictures from Arizona, be sure to stay till the end. Stay tuned. We will share those pictures at the end of this episode. The finger steaks were invented in the 1940s by Milo Bybee at a restaurant called the Torch Lounge, and that was located in Boise, Idaho. I love saying Boise. I don't know why, I just do. Apparently he was looking for a way to use leftover steak trimmings, and he kind of came up with putting them in a batter and deep frying them. So there you have it. We're gonna be doing that today. I'm not gonna be making our potato wedges, but we are going to make the Idaho fry sauce, which is similar to other fry sauces that we've had. So let's make that first. We need some mayo first. They probably don't use Dukes in Idaho, I'm guessing. You have to let me know if you're from Idaho. Do y'all have Dukes there? I'm gonna do probably about a half a cup of this. We're not making a lot, and the recipe that I found makes a lot, so we're cutting it down. We need it. Hello, Maggie Moo, can I help you? She's standing up over here. What you see, itty bitty? Hi. It calls for 1/4 cup of sugar. Obviously, we don't need that much, so I'm gonna do maybe a 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. We need some salt, onion powder. I'm eyeballing all of this. I'll have the recipe linked below. Ground mustard, tiny little bit of that. And then some paprika, tiny little bit of that. Because the original recipe calls for 1/8 teaspoon, and I'm making half the recipe. See what I'm saying? And then we need about a 1/4 cup of ketchup. And you cannot forget the Dub sauce. Okay, let's stir all of that together and we'll taste it and see what we think. In true Mandy fashion, I forgot an ingredient. We have red wine vinegar. I think I saw another recipe that said you could use pickle juice too. So you just need a little bit of that tartness. It calls for 2 tablespoons, so I'm gonna do about a tablespoon since we're making about half of it. It wouldn't be a Mandy recipe if I didn't forget something. So I feel like that sugar and that vinegar kind of balance each other out. I don't know, that's interesting to me. Okay, let's taste it and see what we think. It's good. It's more tart than I thought it would be, but I'm not mad at it. Ooh, okay, I kind of like that. That's gonna be good to dip both the fries and the finger steaks into. So
Yum. I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, I don't want you to taste it yet. I want you to
Be surprised. All right.
It's good. All right, let's stick that in the fridge. I'm gonna put a lid on this, stick it in the fridge, and in the fridge, I've got our finger steaks that have been marinating. So let's go back in time to this morning when I marinated them in some buttermilk and some other things. Let me show you. So I've got 3 steaks here from Butcher Box, and I have thawed them, and I'm gonna cut some of this excess fat off just because the original recipe called for sirloin steak, and these are strip steaks. So a little bit different cut. It's got a little more fat to it, but I definitely have this side of fat that I need to get off. See that? And then I'm going to remove this as well. Now that I've trimmed off all the fat, I'm going to cut these into little fingers, steak fingers. I'm going to cut it in half, I think, first, and then I'll cut them lengthways this way. And then we've got our little steak fingers. So I'm gonna do that. We'll see. Hopefully these will work out okay, but it's not the exact cut, but we're just working with what we've got, you know? So I'm gonna work on this and I'll be right back. All right, we got that done. These look pretty good. I'm gonna put them here in this bowl. Actually, before we put them in the bowl, let's mix up what they're gonna soak in. So this probably isn't a shocker to you, but Idaho is the home to a huge potato museum. It features the world's largest potato chip, which is a Pringle apparently, shocker. And it has a giant potato statue outside. This did not shock me, it just made me giggle. Here's something that may shock you. You think the Grand Canyon is the deepest canyon? Nope, the deepest canyon is in Idaho. It is called Hell's Canyon and it is 7,993 feet deep. So to this bowl, I'm gonna add some buttermilk. Honestly, I'm not really sure how much I'm gonna end up adding. A couple of cups, up to a couple of cups. I just don't know that I need quite that much. Then we're just gonna add in 1 egg and a little bit of the Dub sauce. Okay, let's whisk all of that together. Now let's just add in the steak. I'm gonna make sure it's all kind of coated in there. This just needs to marinate for about 2 hours, so I'm gonna cover this and stick it in the fridge, and we'll have it ready for lunch today. We have the finger steaks. Now we need to start heating up some oil here in just a minute, but we've got to get some of this buttermilk off of them, and then we'll obviously put them in a flour and seasoning mixture. Maggie Moo, she is so interested in what I'm doing today. All right, so let me set this to the side. Let's make up our flour mixture that we're gonna dip these into. My sous chef has volunteered.
I am your robot. I am here to help you.
Why do you have a weird voice? Is that your robot voice?
This is my robot voice.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him what to do and he's gonna do it. He volunteered and I really appreciate that. So, we need some flour. Need maybe 1.5 cups or so. You can eyeball this. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact.
Look, right
There you go, that's
There it
probably
is.
good. Okay, now I need some salt. You got salt over here. Salt that bad boy. Add a good bit.
I'm not afraid of salt.
I know you ain't. I'm more afraid of salt. He is not.
Okay.
Oh, we need pepper. That's behind you. I forgot to grab it. Are you walking like a robot?
I've turned into
Or like an Egyptian?
I've turned into a disco robot.
Okay. Garlic powder.
Mm-hmm.
Onion powder. I mean, that's a lot more than it says to add, but you know, you do you, boo. You ain't scared. Okay. And then paprika. About a teaspoon of paprika.
A teaspoon.
He don't know. No teaspoon. Okay. All right. Mix that together.
Can I use my hand?
I don't care. You're about to use your hands for everything, so might as well. You can see all those seasonings in there. That looks great.
That's what I wanted to be able to do, is see all of it.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're gonna pick up the steak strips and let the buttermilk drip off of it, and then throw it over here, and we're gonna toss it all in here.
Now, do I throw it?
Yes, you have
Okay.
to throw it.
Side on?
Yes,
Okay. All right. That good?
I think so. You did not throw it. Okay, there you go. You tossed it. We'll take it. And then he's gonna just put them over here, and we're gonna let them just sit here for about 10 minutes so that the coating will adhere to it really well. So
Right.
he's gonna start working on that.
Kind
It's gonna take a couple minutes. While he does that, I'm gonna go start to heat up some oil. I've got canola oil this time. We don't need a ton. We need like maybe this much. So I'm gonna go start doing that while he tosses all of these and gets them good and coated. So for our potatoes today, we're gonna be using this Roots potato wedges. So I'm preheating the oven for that. And then I've got our canola oil and our Dutch oven. So I'm gonna pour this in here and start heating it up. I don't think that was quite enough, so I have another thing of canola oil that I'm gonna add in here. Just to give us a little more depth. Okay, that's probably about right. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on. We need to heat this to 375. Steven got all of these done. We switched over to a larger baking sheet. We're gonna use a smaller baking sheet to do our potato wedges, but these are gonna hang out for about 10 minutes just so that the coating stays on it before we drop it into the hot oil. I'm waiting on this to get up to 400. I am preheating our baking sheet with it because it tells you to do that. We've had some other potatoes from this brand before and really liked them. Haven't tried the potato wedges until today, so we'll see how that goes. How are we doing?
We are ready for frying.
All right, so we've got 4 more minutes or so on the potato wedges, so I'll just keep an eye on them. And he's gonna start doing his thing. We're just gonna fry in batches. We've got paper towel lined plates over there. These are gonna take tops 2 minutes each. I mean, they're not gonna take long at all. He's gonna monitor that entire situation and we appreciate it. Idaho is one of only 2 places in the world where you can find star garnets, which is a rare purple gem. The other place that you can find it is in India, but Idaho has them as well. Okay, I opened some windows Because here we are frying again.
Yep.
Third week in a row. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. I think they're about done. Ready for the next batch. I can't say that I've ever had steak like this. Now, we've had country fried steak or chicken fried steak.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not normally this type of steak.
Right.
So it's usually cube steak.
Yep.
So this is new to us for sure.
Yeah.
All right, one batch down, a couple more to go.
We just keep rolling.
I wish y'all could smell these and see these in person. I wish you could come over and take a bite too. You'll just have to make them at your house. But my goodness, in the words of younger Cole,
It's gonna be taste good.
I believe those about done too, ain't they? I love how quick this is though.
Oh, yeah.
Our trivia question for the week is an interesting one. You know, Idaho is known for its potatoes, but it's also known because there was a teenager who invented something really, really important that you use pretty much daily. Do you know what it is?
Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome. All right, you ready?
I am ready. I'm excited.
I've already had some, so I already know it's amazing.
Man,
I know. Where has this been all of our lives?
that is super flavorful.
I know.
That sauce,
Yeah.
Got
Got
a
a
little-
kick.
tang to it.
Yeah, it's that vinegar.
But yeah, the breading is outstanding.
Yeah, it is.
Crispy, just lots of flavor in there.
Perfectly cooked.
Great.
Not tough at all.
No.
So if you are going by the recipe that I've got linked below, it mentions sirloin steak. We used New York strip. So the sirloin steak you'll need to tenderize, but New York strip is already pretty tender, so I didn't have to do that.
That is amazing. Just bite right into it, but that sauce is amazing.
I know. We were fortunate enough to have our son here with us today for lunch. He's not usually here. He's usually at work. So is this one or two?
This is two.
2 thumbs, he says.
Immediately.
I'm so happy.
The steak bites are delicious.
Good.
So easy to eat as well.
I know, they really are. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Worth stinking up the house for frying.
Man, that is delicious.
Yay. And to answer our trivia question, Philo Farnsworth was a teenager in the 1920s, and he was originally from Utah, but he was living in Idaho at the time, and he came up with the idea for the electric television. Legend has it that he was 14 years old when he came up with the idea. He was in an Idaho potato field. I mean, I guess potatoes inspire creativity. Who knew?
That is just so good.
We've got to make this again. This cannot be a one and done situation.
It's almost like a chicken fried steak, but it's I don't know, it's just a little more convenient being able to use your fingers.
And it's more
fun.
tender, quite
Yeah.
honestly.
It's like it's like steak tenders.
Idaho, you did not disappoint. Thank you so much.
Yep.
He got it right last week.
All right, let's see if I can get it again.
It is time to pick next week's state.
And I'm gonna go with South Dakota.
Ooh. I'm going with Wisconsin.
All right.
Okay, I picked one. Upside down?
Nope. We are going to Rhode Island.
The tiniest state, right?
I
It's
think
like
so.
this big. Okay, I don't know about Rhode Island. Do you
I
know?
don't know. I'm thinking it's it's
You think it's a seafood?
kind of a New England place, right? Kind of up there.
It could be.
So
Rhode Island, how big is Rhode Island? It's pretty small,
pretty
right?
small, yeah.
Okay. Well,
So we'll have to.
we're
give it a
knocking them
try.
out one by one. There you
Yep.
go. Let's go color in Idaho. I'm going to pick a color to color Idaho. We were thinking potato brown, but we'll get into that in a second. But first, let's look at your pictures from Arizona. So I know that Montana, we colored in brown. We're gonna go for a darker brown for Idaho, but I mean, we just felt like we had to go brown for, oh, it almost looks black. We felt like we had to go brown for potatoes. I mean, you just gotta. So here we go. It looks kind of blackish. Doesn't quite look dark brown. So Idaho is done. Now, we have to go all the way back over here. Is that Rhode Island right there?
That's it.
It's so itty
think.
bitty. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's Connecticut. So Rhode Island is right out here.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
All the way over to there.
to the East Coast.